Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the Watchalong for Manchester United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. A big game away. We've had 3 away games in a row.
Yeah.
Now we've got 3 home games in a row before that Liverpool game.
Yeah.
Ten Hag needs 3 big results here, doesn't he? It's Chelsea, it's Bournemouth, it's Bayern Munich. Even a big result against Bayern Munich might not be enough to put us through.
Yeah.
But if we're going into that Liverpool game with a loss to Chelsea, a draw to Bournemouth, and a draw to Bayern Munich that puts us out, you could be looking at that Liverpool game being a very, very big one for the career of Erik Ten Hag. We need some wins to stop that from happening, don't we?
Yeah, we do. That game, I don't want to get too wrapped up in it, but it's worth talking about because that game is sort of looming over us. And it is a game historically between the two clubs that has cost managers, that have cost managers a job. You remember Jose Mourinho's last game was at Anfield. You remember Brendan Rodgers, I think second to last game was at Old Trafford when he was Liverpool manager. Ollie was done once he lost 5-0 at home. That was the point of no return. Yeah. So it is a game and a fixture, whether it's at Old Trafford or Anfield, that can cost the manager who's under pressure his job. And it pains me to say it because I love Ten Hag and I want to stick with him and I want the club to back him. But if he doesn't get at least 2 wins out of the next 3 games and he gets battered at Anfield, then I think he might be done. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm not saying that's going to happen or I want it to happen. I'm just saying if it happens, I don't know if he survives that.
It's going to be tough, innit? This run is very, very tough. We saw the poor run sort of 6 weeks or so ago in the Premier League, a month or so ago in the Premier League. We had a very good November, playing 3, winning 3, no goals conceded, etc. And then we've seen that loss to Newcastle. And if this becomes another slump, another terrible run of form, who knows?
And can I just say as well?
Yeah.
This is the ideal fixture for you. This is a game, right, where you can sort of really get your season going if you get a win, and it's a winnable game, and also you'll get credit for it. Yeah. If tonight was against Luton or whatever, or I don't know, Burnley, and you win, people go, well, it's Burnley, it's Luton, but Chelsea have still got that name and that stature where people go, oh, Chelsea, big team, had some good results recently. That's a good result, beating Chelsea. And also, the 10th for a reason, because they're beatable. Whether they've had a good run or not, you can still beat them. Newcastle battered him not long ago. So let's not pretend that Chelsea are, Jose Mourinho's 2005 Chelsea or an unbeatable team. They're not, but they're still a big scalp. You said it a couple of years ago about AC Milan, and it resonated with me. Like, AC Milan were a massive team, but very beatable at that time we played them. And it's like, you get credit because you beat Milan, but they're actually not that great, the team we played at that time anyway. And I feel like that with Chelsea. Yes, they've got some very good players. Yes, I predicted a loss, so I do worry. But it is a winnable one. You can win this game. Of course you can beat Chelsea, and if you do, people give you credit for it. And in my point there is, hopefully it alleviates a bit of pressure. Because if you just beat Brentford, or not Brentford, but Brentford or whoever, a proper bottom team, a minnow or newly promoted team, no one's going to give you credit. No one's going to go, well, the pressure's off now.
In fact, they might just say, well, you only won 2-1 or whatever.
Yeah, it can be counterproductive even. Well, if
you
you beat Chelsea, I think you'll get your flowers. And I think that could be the catalyst. I know we keep saying this, turning a corner, catalyst, getting the season going and all this sort of stuff. And I was hoping that would happen after the Brentford game with those 2 late goals from McTominay. It didn't. I was hoping that would happen after November. We went on this little run of 3 straight league wins and 3 clean sheets. It didn't. We need something to get us going, and hopefully, again, this can be the one.
Speaking of 3 straight league clean sheets, we'll get into the full team in just a second. But before that, it is worth mentioning, it's not just worth mentioning, we must mention that Harry Maguire has won Premier League Player of the Month for November. Like I said, 3 games, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. Like, it is, a deserved win for him. And to think where he's come from and where he's been, sort of reputation-wise as a player, not getting in the squad, looking like he's going to get sold, having the captaincy stripped off him. He'd become, like you said, this sort of meme, this kind of running joke about, being brought up in Ghanaian Parliament. He's just every single Twitter post you can imagine, playing for England, playing for United, just constantly taking the piss out of him. To go from that to being one of the first names on the team sheet at United is, a quite fantastic achievement for him. Like, he's done something that I've not seen many Manchester United players do, where, in fact, I'm not sure I've seen any do that. can you think of someone that, obviously Beckham had difficulties, but he was always loved by United fans. He was, there were some, I'm sure, that thought, he was slightly petulant or whatever against Argentina. But generally speaking, United fans rallied around him and went, no, we're picking you up. There was a lot of Man United fans who were kicking Maguire while he was down, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I can't remember seeing someone do that, and I don't think he's going to be here long term, and he's not going to get the armband back, and he's not the defender United need to start winning Premier League titles. But just to go from being almost a laughing stock, and that's harsh to say, but that's where we were getting to being the Premier League Player of the Month and looking very good for Manchester United. I can't think I've seen anyone do that in a United shirt.
No, I've seen players have, like you say, I've seen players have bad spells and turn around. Darren Fletcher, when he started at United, was absolutely crucified. Yeah. You might be a bit younger. I know you're not a kid, but to remember. But I remember when he burst onto the scene, when he started playing for the team, fans hammered him. Fergie's love child. Yeah. Why is he in the team? This is before the days of social media, but he got pelters. It wasn't actually. I think he used to play on the right wing, bizarrely. It wasn't until he started moving into the middle, and so towards 2008, 2009, that he became the Darren Fletcher that we all know and love.
Yeah.
But you're right, it's very rare for it to happen, and nothing springs to mind like it. And I think with Maguire now, I'm hoping that he doesn't rest on his laurels and think, well, I've proved the doubters wrong.
Yeah.
It's not. It's the thing with a Manchester United player and a player of the experience of Harry Maguire, and it cost what Harry Maguire cost, and the fact he's been captain for us as well. He'll know better. He should know better than anyone. You judged on your last performance. You judged on what you did the last time you put on a United shirt. So great, give him his credit. Player of the month, he deserves it. But more people will be focusing on what happened at Newcastle than what happened at those 3 games. To be fair, I mean, he wasn't that bad against Newcastle. I thought he did all right.
Yeah.
But it'll all be forgotten if he has a stinker tonight. Is the point I'm making.
Yeah, of course.
He needs to carry on this sort of run of good form, because you've been quite vocal in your defence of Harry Maguire over the last 18 months or so when he's been getting a bit of grief, and I respect that. I've never been a massive fan. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've not been a massive fan over that period, but definitely give him his credit this season. I think he's come in difficult circumstances with almost like the whole world against him, and he's done well. And I always think sometimes with Maguire, he becomes an easy target. I remember doing a radio thing once, and it was just after the Euros, and they were talking about players that were overrated or that weren't good enough, and his name popped up, and I was like, he was in the team of the tournament.
Yeah.
What are you on about? Like, it's so easy to get at him and to pick on him. And he's one of those players that doesn't seem to, if you sort of, we were to do a video and me and you sit here ranting about Harry Maguire and how rubbish he is, it'd probably do views and get a load of likes.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be right.
No.
Because he doesn't deserve that. So, he has been doing well. I still think he's got a little bit better. I think he can do a little bit more, I think he can. I think he can still, there's slight areas that you can still improve upon. But he has been one of our better players. Well done to him for getting that Player of the Month, and I hope he can continue with it because we need him.
Yeah.
We do. I don't know what's going on with Varan, and Martinez is obviously injured. We need Harry Maguire playing well.
Yeah, we do. We'll go through the United team. We'll get the graphic up in just a minute as well, but let's get into the United team because there are a few changes and sort of notable absentees as well. So in goal, we see Andre Onana keeping his place. I think that's relatively fine. He was decent against Newcastle. Not his best performance, but certainly not his worst.
Yeah.
Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. So Luke Shaw back out on the left-hand side, not playing at the left side of centre-back again. Lindelof and Maguire as the 2 centre-backs. Then a midfield 3 of McTominay, Amrabat and Bruno Fernandes. McTominay keeping his place, which does surprise me. Onana, again, I think it's fair enough. We're doing this thing of you play one, you rest one, you play one, you rest one. That's okay with me. I think he's been good and he doesn't deserve to be dropped. But I think, like I was saying to you the other day about Rashford, who isn't starting, by the way, it's Anthony, Garnacho and Højlund. People are obsessed with, if you're not playing, it's because you've been dropped. And it's because someone else is better than you. And sometimes you've got to think he's an 18-year-old who made his first ever start for Man United 10 days ago. Yeah. He's not just going to start every single game from now on because McTominay is not amazing. Like, you have to bring players through the right way. And I think you look at the big games we've had. So we had Everton, which, it's a big game, but it's beatable. He started. We played Galatasaray, massive game.
Yeah.
Can't really afford not to win that one, and he didn't start, did he?
No.
And then Newcastle again. It's a very big game away from home, very difficult. Did he start against Galatasaray?
No. He came on against Galatasaray. Started against Newcastle,
and then he came back in against Newcastle. And again, this one, it's a very big game. 4 days after he started, I think it makes sense that he's not starting. We see the team graphic there. we both picked Mainu in our predicted 11s, I think. But I'm not surprised to see him out of the team. Are you?
No, I'm not. Like you said, I would have had him in over McTominay. I would have had Amrabat in. I thought he did all right when he came on against Newcastle, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
I kind of get the manager, right? Now, if you're under pressure, picking players you've bought, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You bought Amrabat. I know he's on loan, but you bought him, basically. You bought Anthony. Obviously, Højlund's a bit of a no-brainer. But that makes sense. Yeah. I understand it. And I kind of think, okay, look, you can't really criticise the manager for picking players that he paid a lot of money for. It kind of makes sense, even though I'm not Anthony's biggest fan. The McTominay one is a funny one for me.
Yeah, because, me too.
Yes, I understand the idea that you have to manage Kobbie Mainoo's minutes. And we haven't exactly got a host of central midfielders to choose from. We know that Christian Eriksen is obviously missing. Mason Mount, who can play in that position, is missing as well. So that's, two players that would have been in and around that team who aren't available. But I can't escape the feeling that McTominay's gone missing a little bit.
Yeah.
I just feel like he has. And I think, yes, he's popped up with some goals, but if you look at his performances, his touches, his passes, his tackles, it's not great. No. It's not enough for me. And the fact he was getting, outworked by an 18-year-old coming into the side wasn't anything that, he should be proud of.
No.
So, somebody needs to turn up tonight, because I don't think he's turned up for the last few weeks, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I completely agree. I thought he had a couple of half-decent games after those goals.
Yeah.
But then it's gone, like you said, it's gone back to just him not really being there. Like I keep saying it, and we'll look again today at half-time and at full-time and see how it looks, but he just does sort of half as much as everyone else.
Yeah.
Half as many passes, half as many touches, half as many tackles, half as many. Like, he just isn't really about.
No.
He's not. There's nothing where he's constantly like leading the way. The one thing that he's pretty good at is aerial duels, and you're like, okay, nice, but come on, surely we need a player that can do more than win the odd header. Looking at our predicted 11s from the preview, I think you had Shaw at centre back and Reguilon on the right, and mine is
Reguilon on the left.
Sorry, Reguilon on the left. Yeah, mine was exactly the same as the current team, except I had Mainu in for McTominay.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing to me is we both had that front three. We both watched the game against Newcastle and went, Martial and Rashford cannot start the next game, and he's seen that and agreed with us. Obviously, you're not surprised because you predicted it, but what do you think it means to drop Marcus Rashford in particular? Because, Martial comes in and out when Højlund's fit. Rashford is the best player, Man United's best player last season.
Yeah.
And now, on form, he's not starting in what is a big game.
Yeah, it pains me to say it, but I think it's deserved. Yeah. I think he deserves to be dropped. You can talk about rested, you can talk about rotated, you can use whatever word you want to. For me, after that performance at Newcastle, on the back of the season he's having, then it's only right that Alejandro Garnacho starts. And you might argue, well, you can play Marcus Rashford on the right. He played there against Newcastle. It didn't work for him, did it? Didn't work at all. And he's not that good on the right-hand side. I think he's much, much better on the left. Garnacho, for me, deserves to keep his place. I don't think anyone covered themselves in glory at St James's, but Garnacho at least looked lively. And I think Garnacho, when Garnacho steps onto the pitch, for me, he's someone who always looks like he wants the ball, always looks like he believes in himself, always looks up for it. And I used to say that about Marcus, but lately it doesn't quite seem like that to me.
No.
It doesn't. It seems like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. And you need a winger who at least wants the ball and rates himself. Anthony, who I don't actually rate, to be honest with you, I think he's quite poor. But you can see he's got a bit of an ego.
Yeah.
He thinks, I guarantee if you gave him a lie detector test, he'd pass it if you asked him who's the best player in the world, and he said himself.
Yeah, who's better, you or Ronaldinho?
Yeah, and he'd say me, and he'd come up, he's telling the truth because he absolutely rates himself. But you need a winger who's got that confidence. And at the minute, Marcus, whether it's confidence, whether it's energy, whether it's effort, whatever it is, for whatever reason, he's not performing at levels that you need from a Manchester United player. Certainly not one who is one of our senior players, who scored, was it over 100 goals, whatever it is, senior goals, and scored 30 goals last season. What's he got, 2 this season and 3 assists in about 19 games, whatever. Not great. Get him dropped, rested, rotated, whatever you want to call it.
It sounds like you're describing a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Rotate and rest.
Yeah.
Rotate it on the spit and then
you know what I hope with Rashford?
Yeah.
I hope that he looks at this, and I hope it makes him sort of angry in the right way. And not in angry with the manager, not Jadon Sancho style anger, but angry in the sense of I should be on that pitch and I need to get back on that pitch and show what I'm about.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Use it as a motivational tool. Don't just sit there sulking. I'm not saying you will, but like, get on there. If you get a chance today, get on there and show us what you're about, because he's certainly got the talent and he can do it. And he's done it against Chelsea numerous occasions. So
you shouldn't ever get to the point as well where you think I start regardless of how well I'm playing.
No.
Especially at a club like United. If you're a top club, if you're, I don't know, but a big fish in a small pond somewhere, and you're probably too good, and let's say Alan Shearer, he could have had 10 games in a row where he was shit. He's still starting because that's who he is. Is there a bit of an injury here? Oh, they were looking down like something bad had happened. But Marcus Rashford isn't so big that no matter how bad he is, he starts for Manchester United. No. And that should never be the case at a top team.
You're right, you make a great point, because there was a time last season where Phil Foden got took out of the City team.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't playing that well. And I think he had about 12 goals or something during at that point. There was a time when Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think, got dropped from the Liverpool team because he was defensively all over the gaff. I think not for a very long time, but it happened. Like the top teams that are challenging for the big honours, they'll do that. Martinelli, I think, he didn't get dropped off at the lights. He got dropped for Trossard at one point. Yeah. Like, it can happen where you go, his levels are dropped. It's not happening for him. We've got other options because we're a big club, so we'll bring in another player.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that Marcus has been dropped. I think we're into enough of the season now where it's December. He's had 18-19 games, and he's probably played well in about 5 of them, and that I might even be being kind there.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? And even if it's not an attitude of this, that, and the other, all the things people throw at him, mentality, this, that, he's just not playing very well.
No, he's not.
So even if he's feeling great, everything's fine, he's not falling out with the manager, there's no effort issues, there's no this, that, and the other. If you just play every week and you don't get any goals and you don't get any assists and you're not tracking back, you're not playing. It's all right, really.
No, you're spot on. Can I ask you about the Chelsea team? 'Cause I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I'll get that up.
Who we've got, because the Dalot for Wan-Bissaka, or I know Dalot is probably Erik Ten Hag's guy in it, but I'm always curious about who they're up against, who the right back is up against, and also no Marcus Rashford, who's Garnacho up against as well.
Yeah, so Chelsea team is as follows. We've got Sanchez in goal, Disasi, we've got Thiago Silva, Colwill, Cucurella as well, and then we've got a midfield of Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Palmer, we've got Sterling, Mudryk and Jackson. So it's going to be probably Mudryk and Dalot, Sterling and Luke Shaw, and then Jackson, fighting his way through the middle. But yeah,
it's a weird one, Chelsea, innit? Because there's that team. Yeah, genuinely, I know people think I'm off my meds. You could put that team in like a Champions League final and they could win it. Like if they all turned up. But you could put them in the League One playoff final and they could lose.
Yeah,
because they are capable of either being mint or being absolutely abysmal.
The only one on there where you look at him and go, steady, 7.5, 8 out of 10 is Thiago Silva.
I know he's going to say
and
that.
He's, 39?
Yeah. Even Mudryk, who I've absolutely given pelters to as one of the worst signings in the history of football, has shown bits this season.
Yeah.
Like, he's not been amazing by any stretch
and
of the imagination.
Sterling's had great seasons, not just games. He's been a great player over the years, but yeah, it's
I
just
rate
a
the
bizarre
kid in the
team.
middle, Fernandez.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, and he's the one sort of black mark against him was he didn't get any goals, and he just got a couple in last game, didn't he?
Yeah, I've got a few quotes from Ten Hag before the game. So talking about Rashford and Martial being benched, he said, "We played as a team against Newcastle. We can't blame individuals for it. It's part of rotation." Ten Hag is going full, like, judge me by my actions, not my words mode, isn't he?
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Something just happened there, and it made me curious. Right, we've got the Sheffield United Liverpool game on.
Yeah.
And obviously we're Team Sheffield.
Of course.
A Liverpool player ran with the ball, and the ball sort of stayed on the pitch, and the Liverpool player sort of stumbled off the pitch with the Sheffield United player. And as he went to run back on the pitch, the Sheffield United player seemed to leg him up.
Yeah.
But they were both off the pitch. Is that still a foul? Because they're off the pitch. But surely you can't just foul someone off the pitch.
That's a good question.
I've never seen that, and I just thought, that's a foul. But then I thought, well, hang on a minute, where'd you take the free kick from? What'd you do?
That's a good point.
Because he literally was trying to get back on the pitch, and the Sheffield United players just went, "Nah, you're not going anywhere, sunshine."
Yeah, where would you? You can't take the free kick from off the pitch.
Yeah.
But then you couldn't just, if you drag someone on the pitch, they're off it. But if you both run off, you couldn't just fucking chin them.
I know, that's what I mean.
And it don't count. Let us know in the comments.
We have referees at Watchalong who always correct me.
We've got a referee right here. Ethan James is a sort of semi-qualified referee, aren't you? So what would it be?
I've had that before. I've given a decision on the touch.
So Ethan said he's had that before, an altercation off the pitch, and he gave an indirect free kick on the touchline nearest to where the altercation took place. It's
indirect. Thank you. Because I think in that scenario, I think play carried on. But I was curious because to me it looked like a blatant foul of I'm stopping you getting away from me to go and get that ball. Yeah. But then they were off the pitch, so I was just curious. Sorry, I digress.
Here's a quick point about refereeing and the football rules. We can get rid of the indirect free kick as a concept, can't we? The idea that you're allowed a free kick, but you can't shoot from it.
Yeah.
That's an absolute nonsense, isn't it? There's no need for that in any walk of football, is there?
I don't know. Does it not give you that little sort of hierarchy of free kick, like foul offences? Like,
no,
that offence is worse than this one.
No, because that's not what it's used for.
When do you get a free kick and when do you get an indirect free kick?
Well, I think there's loads of different ones. So if you boot someone in the neck off the pitch, it's an indirect free kick.
Right.
But if I've accidentally tripped you over in the box, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
There's no real hierarchy there, is there? I think we can get rid of the indirect free kick. I'm happy to just fully eliminate that from the game. Oh, you can have a free kick. Oh, great. You can't shoot, though. Not unless someone else has touched it first. What? Absolute nonsense. Also, you should be able to score from a throw-in. Why the fuck not? Who gives a shit?
I think...
Lob it straight in. If the keeper's shit enough to get beaten by a throw-in, it's allowed.
Yeah.
It's all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Why not? Why can't you score with throws? Just throw it in. If he's that good, just chuck it straight in. I don't see any point.
I know they're gonna start changing the rules like that today. They may as well just go the whole hog. Just have next goal wins and stuff like that.
Next goal wins.
Right. They had that, didn't they? They did have next goal wins at one point.
Golden goal.
Yeah. Which is not as stupid as it sounds.
No, but
they literally went, let's have next goal wins in extra time.
I genuinely think American penalties, they're all right. I do genuinely think
What's American penalties?
We can get rid of. If you throw it in, fine. American penalties is where you start on the halfway line with a 1v1 with the keeper.
Really?
Yeah.
That's long, that, isn't it?
Well,
like waiting for that. Imagine a shootout with all them. You'd be like, oh my God.
No, there's a time limit.
All right.
You can't just run it into the corner and wait overnight.
Do you remember one penalty that...
Wait till the keeper falls asleep.
Do you remember? One penalty that always stays in my mind is when we played Sunderland under Moyes in the League Cup semi-final and we got to penalties. And we got beat at Old Trafford. I remember Phil Jones's penalty, and he ran up, and what he seemed to do was he seemed to stop a little bit too early.
Yeah.
So he had to lean to hit the ball, and I've never seen anyone do that before.
It's because he was so tired he couldn't actually make it to the ball.
It was like
Sheffield United should have just scored.
He stopped slightly too soon. Like he should have carried on running a little bit further, and he skied his penalty over. And I was like, I've never seen that before or since.
Me and Neil Hewlett tied the under-10s penalty shootout for Langall Juniors.
Did you?
Yeah, I got 4 out of 5, scored them. And that.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a player.
The corners and that.
There was a player called Martin Margetson who used to play for City, and the City keepers came to our school. It was Andy Dibble, Martin Margetson, and I took penalties against him. And for the last penalty, he'd point to a spot and let you score, and he pointed to the spot where he wanted to put it and saved it. I was fuming with him.
Did you speak to him again?
No, he's a City player as well. Shatting his shoes in the changing room.
Shatting his gloves.
Yeah.
Why did he do that? How old were you?
I was about 12.
How old was he?
At least 28.
He's proper Michael Owen you there, isn't he? That's unbelievable. We've got another...
It's almost like they used to cheat in City players.
That's a good point. We've got another comment from Ten Hag as well before the game, talking about Raphael.
And our comments, that's nice of him.
Talking about Raphael Varan not being in the squad due to a sore back or, whatever you want to believe.
Yeah, a battered ego.
We have a very energised front line and everyone has to be ready. We do as a team and as a dressing room. Chelsea are a very good ball-playing team, so you have to be organised. Not really to do with Varan there, but...
So was he asked about Varan? And he said...
Don't know.
I tell you what,
we've got
B&Q is great if you want to get some stuff for Christmas. You want to get outdoor lights for Christmas, B&Q's the one. Yeah, what about Raphael Varan? I tell you as well, no matter what time of day it is, I can always eat chicken.
I can just love a bit of chicken breast.
Right, Raphael Varan? No? Okay.
He also said, we played as a team against Everton and Galatasaray, we dictated and dominated, and we need to play as a team again.
Do we need to get real about Raphael Varan or what?
What do you think? What we're saying?
I think he spat his dummy out.
Do you?
Yeah.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's just got injured all of a sudden.
And also,
well, not all of a sudden. Cause he
then we start hearing rumours that he'll be leaving next year. And who was it? Fabrizio Romano saying he's leaving in 2024. He gets left out of the game against City, and all of a sudden, he's going to leave next year.
Do you know what you need to do, right? You can't be in this quandary with this manager or this like grey area where you kind of back him but you don't. You kind of back him with some players but you don't back him with others. You got to back this manager. And if he's saying that he's not picking these players, then back him, right? Okay, they're not getting picked. And if they're not on board with that, then they can do one.
Yeah.
And I like Raphael Varane, but if he's literally like spat his dummy out because he's not starting, then he needs to move on. He does. It's the same with Sancho. We can't just say, oh, well, this manager, so what we're going to do, get rid of the manager and then back these players who might not even be good enough anymore anyway.
Yeah. Let's get used to when a player spits their dummy out, we back the player as well.
We used to do that, didn't we? We did that with Jose, really. Like, I know he had to go because of other reasons, but it did feel a little bit like the players gave up on him and the board
just
sort of sided with the players.
It does made him. Why would you do it that way around? It's like the manager is meant to be in charge, but deep down, all footballers know, or most of the time, unless you've got a Klopp or a Fergie or a Pep or whatever, one of these real, you're cemented in this club. Basically, you can choose when you leave.
Yeah.
Maybe Klopp's not quite there yet, but Pep certainly is, and Fergie was by the end. Unless you're one of them, as a player, if we fuck about enough, we'll get this guy out. Especially at United.
And if you don't,
we'll get this guy sacked if we want to.
And under Rangnick, where they knew they weren't going to get him sacked, they just knew he was leaving. They just down tools.
Yeah.
They did. Look at someone else's performances, bro.
Yeah.
We were getting battered off garbage regularly away from home under Ralph Rangnick. And he didn't do himself any favours. Some of his decisions were absolutely bizarre. But that's not the point. You're putting on a shirt for Manchester United, you should be turning up and giving it your all. And they weren't. You could see that.
You realise a lot of them don't care, especially then. I think we've got rid of a few that didn't, and we've brought in a few that do. But there's certainly people there willing to just sack it all off if they can't be asked. Like, basically, it's the equivalent of, if the cameras aren't rolling, are you still a nice person? That kind if there's nothing on the line, do you still care about football?
Me and you, when the cameras aren't rolling, we don't talk to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually hate each other.
I ain't even got your number.
No, and you're not having it neither.
Right. I've guessed the first few lyrics anyway.
Lyrics?
Well, it is a lyric, isn't it? If you sing it. 07414. Don't know.
Doxing me live on a stream.
Isn't it weird that you used to? I know we talk about this all the time. I can't get my head around the white pages. Just everyone in your town.
192.
Their phone number was just in a book delivered to your house.
When
I
started reporting, that's how you found people.
Yeah. Now the idea of putting someone's phone number on the internet is like you would lose friends over it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you put my number on the internet, I'd be genuinely pissed off with you. And yet, in the past, everyone in your town got given a copy of your phone number and your address and your name.
That's what you used to do. You used to be able to go, right, something has happened. Can you go right to their house and see what they're saying about it?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, right, yeah, sound. And just be in that book or online. You just go, right, and go knock on the door.
Mental,
it's insane.
It is. Lindelof and Maguire.
Which is the worst detective series ever.
Yeah. How are we here again? And this is no knock on either of them necessarily individually, but just
don't you just feel like we just swapped Fred for Amrabat and we're just back in 2019?
Yeah.
That's how it feels, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anthony's playing the role of Anthony Elanga, so it's the same name. Garnacho is Marcus Rashford, and Rasmus Højlund is Wout Weghorst. I know he was in 2019. But Rasmus Højlund is
Odi Nagalo
or Edinson Cavani.
It just like the whole Lindelof, Maguire, McTominay axis.
Yeah.
It's not one that inspires you. I know we said Maguire's been playing well, he has. Lindelof, he's all right. He's not anyone who you're going to get excited about. He can be okay. Yeah? He can pick a pass. He has some decent games. My only worry with Victor Lindelof is he gets bullied.
Yeah, he does.
And the thing with that is, right, it's the one thing or the one trait in a defender or a footballer in general that looks awful.
Yeah, it does.
It looks terrible.
If you're getting pushed about.
Yeah. If you get beaten for pace, it doesn't look good. I'm not saying it does, but people go, oh, it's done you there.
Yeah.
Or even if you get turned inside out, it's like, again, it doesn't look great, but you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
But when you get bullied,
yeah,
it's the one thing that fans think, nah, man, come on.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can't have someone chuck you on the floor and then score a goal. That just looks terrible.
Like Michael Carrick's one of my favourite players, right? He's genuinely the most underrated midfielder in English football history. Like, seriously, look at his caps, look at what he won, look how good he was, and tell me he isn't. And I still remember that Bayern Munich game.
Yeah.
For that first goal, where he just got shoved off the ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Michael Carrick, what are you doing to me? So yeah, it's the one thing where it just looks awful. So yeah, I think with Lindelof, he does have that in him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And let's face facts, Chelsea aren't exactly a team full of bruisers.
No, Jackson's not a big heavy lad, is he?
No, but
so
that's
maybe
what I mean. No,
get
if
him
Nicholas Jackson's bullying, you've got issues.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I don't see. Hopefully, it's the sort of game where we don't see Lindelof exposed. But it's slightly concerning to me that we've got Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, and Dalot starting games and big games when there's a manager's sort of career on the line in these next sort of month or so, and it's those four again that have kind of weren't quite good enough to keep Ollie's job. And now they're here trying to keep another manager's job. It's slightly strange, isn't it? I've got a few super chats.
Yeah, go on.
What have we got here? So we've got some chats. We've got Elliot says, feel like Ten Hag can't trust Varan. Very few games. Every few games he's missed one. And I think it's more psychological than physical. He should go in January. Danny Shields says, fully behind Ten Hag, going full Fergie, cut the dead weight regardless of stature, focus on the core who are bullying and build. Focus on the core who are buying in and build from there. Just on the Fergie thing.
Yeah.
We saw obviously yesterday journalists being banned from press conferences and stuff like that. What do you make of that? Is that something that you back, or do you think that's a bad idea?
I feel a little bit conflicted because I spoke about this in my news this morning. I'm a journalist. I've been to those press conferences. I've had it where managers have been a bit prickly with me, and I've had it where managers have been all right. I didn't ask loads of questions on the press conferences, but I've asked a few and been in that situation. I'm kind of with Ten Hag though. And I like Dave McDonnell and I like Rob Dawson. We've had them on the channel. I don't know Sky, Cabisolo Cole, and I don't know Samuel Luckhurst, but I know the other two. Yeah. And the journalists that we've had on this channel, we have them on for a reason. The reason we have them on is because we trust them. We think they're good guys, and we like what they. I don't think they're the type that just make things up. But the point I'm going to make is for Erik Ten Hag, if he feels he's been outdone by, if he feels they've not come to him or the club to get a story backed up, even if it's just for a no comment or whatever, then they can do that. They are within the rights to ban people. Fergie did it. Fergie banned Daniel Taylor. Daniel Taylor is my favourite journalist ever. I think he's a phenomenal journalist. One of the best you can ever read. And he got banned. And he got banned for telling the truth about a Rio Ferdinand injury. So it happens. And also, Erik Ten Hag is coming out fighting. And I don't mind that. And even if he's coming out fighting in some ways that you go, is that the best way to go about it? At least he's showing a bit of something.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than he's just going, we're just rubbish. I'll just stick the same team out again and hope they play better. Well, journalists, I don't like him, but I'll just answer the questions anyway. I don't want to see that.
No.
We kind of had that a little bit with Ollie towards the end.
Yeah.
Where he just stuck with the same team and he was just Mr. Nice and it didn't work. Erik Ten Hag's like, nah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it with you, your drops. I'm not having it with this journalist he's banned. Right, fine. Let's have a bit of that. Let's have a bit of that then. Let's see if that gets us anywhere. Because if we are going to go down, if he's going to get sacked or he isn't going to work out for him, then at least he can go down swinging.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a few more super chats as well. Joshua Bowwater says, have I missed anything about Hannibal falling out of favour or getting injured? Good energy off the bench, in my opinion. Yeah, you haven't missed anything that I've seen. I don't really understand it personally. It all seems a bit odd, especially when you look at the midfield options as well. I know Mainoo's in there, but Van der Beek just, seems to be lower down the pecking order than Hannibal was, and yet he's in there. And then it's Mainoo and that's it in terms of central midfielders. You would think that, Hannibal as an option would be a good thing, especially now he can make 5 subs. Any reason why you think he's not there, or have you heard anything about why he's not there?
I've not heard anything, and it surprises me because can I be honest? And listen, I hope he makes me eat my words. I hope he comes on and scores a hat-trick. But I think Donny van der Beek is borderline useless.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely. I don't realistically envisage a scenario when Donny van der Beek comes off the bench and does anything. I just don't see it happening. And I hope I'm wrong. And believe me, clip this bit up if he comes on and gets a winner and ram it down my bald mouth. Because I will take it. Yeah? I'm happy to be proven wrong if it means someone's doing something good for Manchester United. I just don't see it happening. With Hannibal, I do.
Yeah.
Hannibal's got something in him.
Yeah.
Where you could go, we're losing this midfield battle here. Get the kid Hannibal on. He'll get stuck in. Or we need a bit of spark. We need a bit of something in the middle of the park. Get Hannibal on. Last 10. Let's get him involved.
Yeah.
Or even, do you know what? Worst case scenario, you're 2-0 down. There's 15 to go. Throw a dice. Let's get the absolute lunatic from Tunisia on. Because he might just conjure a goal out of nowhere. I don't see Donny van de Beek doing that. I just don't. So, given the choice, I would have had Donny van de Beek out of that squad and I would have had Hannibal Mejbri in. I don't know. There might be something else going on. He might have picked up a knock or whatever, but it surprises me. It does surprise me because all the other subs make sense. Bayern Deer, obviously goalkeeper. Sergio Reguilon, he's a left back, obviously. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, enough said. Johnny Evans, yeah, you want that experienced centre back there. I think he's our only centre back unless I'm missing something. Kobe Mainoo, we've already spoke about. Facundo Palestri, he's an attacker who can, especially off the bench, cause problems. Andy Martial, he's a centre forward. We ain't got any others.
Yeah.
And Marcus Rashford is Marcus Rashford. Not even in the most ridiculous universe are you going to drop him from the squad. So it all makes sense as the lightning seeds sang, except for me, Van der Beek. I wonder if there's an element of Erik Ten Hag going, I can't drop him from the squad because of who he is and the fact that he's he's an experienced player and I know him and if that is the case, then that's the wrong reason to do it.
Yeah,
because if you're looking at it and going, who's going to be my better option, who's going to give me the best chance of winning a football match for Manchester United Football Club, I think it's Hannibal Mejbri. Unless I'm talking absolute wibble, as Steve would say, and there's an injury behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. We are just going to have to reset the internet very quickly. We're having some technical issues.
2004?
I know, yeah, we're going to have to go back to the dial-up. So stay where you are. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We're going to have Abdul bringing you Stat Corner. We're going to have all the build-up to the game as well. Kick off in 20 minutes. We're going to be back
on this stream, yes.
A couple of minutes. No one go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
We're just going to fade to a slate and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't worry about it. Just pretend there's a little advert. Go and get a cup of tea.
Abdul's got an exclusive for you as well.
He has, actually.
A big exclusive, so don't go anywhere. You're going to be shocked when you hear this one.
Exactly. Right, we'll see you in just 1 minute. Right, we are back. Sorry about that. We had to reset the internet like it's fucking 2003.
Man, so annoying.
Yeah, we only pay about £300 a month for internet as well.
Thank you for everyone for sticking with us anyway.
We build back better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a better Britain. Right, let's get into this team news again. If we can get the team news up on the screen, let's go through that for everyone watching. We've got Onana in goal, Dalot, Maguire, Lindelof and Shaw as your defenders. Then it is Amrabat, McTominay and Fernandes in midfield, Garnacho, Højlund and Antony up front. That front three, even though Martial and Rashford, as we've said already, probably don't deserve to start, haven't been putting in the performances that warrant a start, there's certainly players there, and you could say all three of them, maybe Garnacho aside, but I would say all three of them have got a point to prove. These aren't players who are like, Maldini's not fit, so let's play Patrice Evra. No. It's like, these lads themselves, there are a lot of question marks around all three of them. Garnacho maybe less so because of his age.
Yeah.
But still people question, are they at the sort of required level?
I think, Garnacho because of his age, I'd probably give him a pass on that one. And also I think that even this season, he's done bits. Can't forget that goal against Everton was only like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Antony, massively got to do something because he's been woeful this season and not much better last season. He did have bits last season, but he's got to do more in terms of goals and assists. I know I'm a broken record when I talk about this, but it's all well and good playing quite well and tracking back and beating your man and showing that energy, but you have to get some goals for Manchester United, whether that's by creating chances or creating goals or scoring goals, and he doesn't do enough of that. You need more from him on that front. Rasmus Højlund, who in the Champions League has been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, again, he's been a little bit unlucky, but no goals all season. And I like the kid, but it ain't great. Can't say, sit here and go, it's all right, because it's not. You have to score goals for Manchester United when you're a striker.
You do.
And this isn't necessarily a criticism of him, it's maybe more criticism of the team, but we shouldn't be in a scenario where we're going into the new year with a striker who's played the vast majority of games, he ain't got any goals. It's not just on him, that. He's not getting enough chances. And some of that goes over to Anthony because I don't think he creates enough for him.
Yeah.
So I want to see more from all of them. Garnacho, I love the kid. I'm not going to criticise him. He's only a teenager.
Yeah.
By rights, he shouldn't even be in the team, really. But he's in there because Marcus Rashford fell off a cliff. So, yeah, Garnacho, no issues with. Højlund, we keep saying this every single game. He's got to start getting on the score sheet in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And his teammates have got to help him get there. And Anthony, you've got to show me something, kid. You've got to. Because
we saw, obviously, he's hardly
not good enough.
He's hardly George Best, but I thought we saw slightly better performances. Can we change camera, please? From Anthony against Galatasaray and Newcastle when he came on. Not amazing, but looking up, finding passes, finding players, actually getting in that position where you think, he's going to shoot and put it wide, and instead of doing that, laid it off. And again, not amazing performances, but maybe some signs of a little bit of form for Anthony in the last couple of games.
Do you know my worry with Anthony? Is I don't think he's got another level to go with.
As in ever, or as he is currently as a player?
I think he's pretty much what we're seeing is what we're going to get. That's my worry. Like, I think he's skillful, can beat a man. I think his decision making is poor, and I think his finishing is woeful, and I think he's greedy. And I don't know if he's going to kick on, because sometimes you look at a player who's a bit like that. And
who would be an example of someone where you look at him, and even if it didn't, but
you look at him
and you think, I think you will go on to do something very good.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Right.
Now you might laugh at me. Cristiano Ronaldo, in his first season at United, and this was before the internet or before social media, trust me, was getting pelters.
Yeah.
One trick pony, one step over too many, too weak, too greedy, not good enough. Yeah? Don't let the debut against Bolton, everyone loved him, but after that, it was like, what's going on? What's wrong with him? And you remember that stat, that graphic of him and Nani compared to each other with the first 50 games when Nani had more goals and assists?
Yeah.
People were giving him criticism. The thing with Cristiano Ronaldo is he worked at his game, you could see there was raw talent was there, and he got better and better and better and better, and he never settled.
Yeah.
When 2007, when he was banging in like 20 odd goals, he doubled that the next season because he just kept going and he had that desire and that ability and that sort of work ethic and the talent that was phenomenal. Yeah. Now, I'm not comparing him to Anthony and saying Anthony's ever going to get to that level or should expect to get to that level. My point is, Cristiano Ronaldo was someone who was criticised and turned it around. With Anthony, I kind of feel a little bit like this is it for him.
Why?
Because...
Why do you not see him kicking on?
I think when we've seen glimpses, he's always followed it with disappointments. Like his first 3 games, there was glimpses and he scored 3 goals and you could see what he was about. And then he went 5.5 months in the Premier League, whatever it was, without a goal or an assist. Yeah, that's unbelievable. That.
Yeah, it's not good.
I know he got goals in the Europa League and played his part in the Carabao Cup, but you think, wow, you're starting regularly for Manchester United, a Manchester United team that finished 3rd, and you go to what? Let me try and do some sort of skewed
20 games or so.
20 games or so without getting a goal or an assist. Yeah. That's abysmal. Yeah. And then this season, and I know he's had a lot going on off the pitch, but this season, has he got a goal or an assist this season?
I'm not sure if he has. Let's have a look.
If he has, I've forgotten it. Forgive me.
I don't believe he has.
Again?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there? That's not good enough. And like people, I think, was it someone, it might have been Ten Hag, was trying to say, we had a goal disallowed. He had a goal disallowed. Yeah. He hit it at Harry Maguire.
It's true. It would have been Maguire's goal if it had gone in.
He hit his shot at the United player who stood in the goal.
Yeah.
Wasn't a good finish. It was terrible. I mean, it still wouldn't have counted because he would have been in the keeper's way, Harry Maguire's, who would have been offside anyway. But it's not like Anthony missed out. The only reason he missed out was because he shot it straight at Maguire. So, I know it wouldn't have counted anyway, but my point is it wasn't a good finish. Yeah. So, I don't know. I know Abdullah's a big Anthony fan. I think Abdullah says that if he had his way, Anthony would be captain, taking the penalties, and he says that Marcus Rashford would never set foot in a United team. It'd all be about Anthony. I think that's actually a quote from Abdullah.
From his latest book.
From his latest book.
How you doing, Abdullah? You all right?
I don't
I think I'm intellectual enough to be writing books, mate.
You can be writing a book.
You're one of the smartest lads that's ever come through that Wally Rain school.
That's true, actually. Just on the game tonight, then, what are you thinking looking at this? What do we need to see? Because you always come in with a good sort of technical insight, and I like your way of looking at the game. You see that lineup, you see where United are this season, you see how the performances are unfolding. What do we need to see?
I think just Manchester United just need to be a lot more compact. I think that's the number one thing you notice with this team. I was saying it the other day on Twitter, and then I sort of come across this Jose Mourinho video, funnily enough, and it like resonated with that, and I quote tweeted it a few days ago, and he says, like, you know, when teams, you've got to play compact, whether you're playing high up the pitch, you're pressing, or you're setting in defensively, you've got to be compact as a unit. And I think with Man United, they're super disjointed now. The other day against Newcastle, obviously there's loads of examples of poor tracking back, especially on Marcus Rashford's side, but there's only so much you can. That's the first thing, is you look at the player, and rightly so in that moment, but then you start thinking of why, when I'm out, I said this 3 years ago, many times on here on the show, and we've seen this change last season, is when I watch Liverpool and you watch Mo Salah, why is he always on the last line and always higher up the pitch? Why are City's forwards always further up? Yeah. And you look at Newcastle that day on TNT, and they said that, oh, look at Anthony Gordon reacting there, pressing, but he's not got to make anywhere near as much as the distance that our forwards have had to make that day.
I saw a thing at United's sort of average positions for the game, the pass map. Ours was like from the edge of our box to just inside their box. Newcastle's, and the gap was so from the edge of the box to there, and Newcastle's was like this, and in our half. Yeah. Well, why are these massive gaps there? What is the problem there?
That for me is a tactical issue. Now, I want Erik Ten Hag to succeed here, and I back Erik Ten Hag to hopefully get out of this period. It is a very, very difficult period for him, and we know from what we've seen at Ajax that he can play that brand of football where it's compact, where he can have some sort of control. But one thing with Man United last season is when they had games like this, they sort of got away with it because they had then they had periods like this where they were a bit on edge or whatever. You'd got away with it because you had Fred, and Fred could turn the ball over really, really well further up the pitch. Now you've not really got that. You're trying to play McTominay in that way, and all McTominay will offer you is a goal. And it sounds mad, all he will offer you is a goal, but there's no control in midfield. I think the biggest issue that I've got with Erik Ten Hag right now was, like I said, I want him to do well, and a lot of these players rightly will take the flak for what's going on, but all these players' weaknesses are so glaring because we make them like that. Like, none of their strengths show. So when we've gone to Newcastle, you've got both your wingers essentially playing wing back. The whole game, Garnacho and Rashford would have had to track their fullback all the way back into the box. Now, like I said, there's examples, rightly so, of very, very poor tracking back, and it needs to be called out. But then this is what I don't like. When I'm watching Sky, when I'm watching TNT, they all come out and they say the same thing, and it pisses me off because I'm like, you're ex-players or you people who understand the game, and everyone's repeating the same line. We get it. But can you start talking about the tactical side of it? Why is it just, this player needs to run more? I'm sick and tired of seeing the run more thing. You're absolutely right, but we all see it. You're not at the pub arguing with your friend. Like, give people some value for what you're saying. When I'm watching Man United, is tactically, it's been poor. No one can argue that. Manchester United don't play compact enough. They don't play tight. You spoke about the maps. You look at the way Newcastle's look. The fullback's right behind his winger. Once that ball goes past the winger, he's on him.
They're making 10-yard sprints in behind. United players are having to make 40, 50, 60-yard sprints to get in behind.
It's up and down.
Do you think that's a personnel thing, though? Because Steve used to point this out under Solskjaer when we had sort of Harry Maguire was the sort of player he used in particular. That you can't really play a high line if you've got slow centre-backs, because instinctively they will sort of drop back, or the fear of being exposed, so you end up sitting back. Is that an issue of the midfielders and the centre-backs, maybe personnel-wise? Because we saw last season, things felt more compact. Obviously, you mentioned Fred, but I think part of that was Varan and Martinez trusting themselves to play on the halfway line more than maybe Maguire and Lindelof do. Or do you think it's a tactical thing and he's telling them, you two sit back?
The thing is, last season, I don't think we particularly played higher up and as more compact. We still had a lot of that. Or even when we played deeper, it's we were still disjointed at times. We did play better football, but a lot of the issues that we've had this season were sort of, like I said, were covered up by the likes of Fred in midfield and things like that. Players that will cover up for them situations. You talk about the centre-backs. I've never really had that, because I feel like with Maguire is the one thing he'll give you, even if you play a higher line, is one that ball comes in for a 50-50 challenge with the forward. He's winning that and he'll bring it down. That he's winning that ball, because he's brilliant. One thing you can't take away from him, he's brilliant in the air in a defensive sense. Yeah. So once you win that ball, as a team, you need to be proactive and better on the second ball. And Man United have been particularly poor with that. But for me, I would rather rely on a set way of playing and then even risk that. You know, where you're like, okay, his centre-back might be a bit slow here. You've got to look at Newcastle. Lascelles has been struggling for the last couple of years at Newcastle. He's never really settled in. And when, you know, I mean, he's been there for years, but it was under Eddie Howe, he's never really sort of got there. And now he's coming to the team. And you've got to look at how Newcastle playing. They continue to play the same way. Yeah. They've had a lot of injuries. Sven Botman's coming out, who's key for them. He's not the quickest, and they still play compact. They still play
Lascelles struggled to sort of turn into a Premier League player, let alone a Champions League player. And then now, like you said, you see him and
the system. Playing very well. The system helps so much, and that's what people need to understand. That you need Erik Ten Hag. What I don't like is when I heard that day and he said that I've come here to not play the same way I did at Ajax, and in a weird way, it's a bit concerning to me because I think, why did we want Erik Ten Hag was to play that brand of football. We know that Ajax team play great football. I was sat here before Erik Ten Hag joined. We were analysing his game and we looked at how much control Ajax had, even in the Champions League. Not just how easy it is in Eredivisie, how high up they were playing, how aggressive they were as a team. And I think with Man United, I feel like he's abandoned a lot of his principles.
Do you think that, like, because you look at certain clubs like Barcelona and Ajax, mostly both of them because of Cruyff, but certainly Ajax, there's a style of play that sort of transcends managers, and that a manager comes in and yes, do what you did before, but you're going to have to adhere to some of the rules of this club as well. Do you think United are trying to go for that, of like, we want, you know, quick wingers, we want not counter-attacking, sit back and go forward, but sort of quick football, or the things that we associate with Manchester United? Do you think that he's been sort of told when he came in, you know, we want you to be yourself, but also remember where you are? Or do you think he's decided, I'm going to change things and try to be a bit more Man United-y?
I don't know what's happened. I can't really, like, obviously we're not in them conversations to see what's going on, but I'd be surprised if they've almost got a manager and told him, yeah, we've got to have a hint of this style, hint of that style. It is quite worrying, though, that I guess you'd be thinking this, because it's quite worrying, because a lot of the managers that tend to come here, they do reference that a lot. The United way, the United way, the United way, and we understand that you need to play quick football.
Fucking cutting it fine there, lads. Bloody hell.
You need to be playing football, I feel like. That, yes, resonates with what Old Trafford's used to and playing quick football, but last season and even under Ollie, at times, we were playing quick, exciting football with Bruno, Rashford, Martial, with these guys free-flowing. But I think Man United, like I said, the be-all and end of all, the start of the game starting, the be-all and end of all of it is Manchester United need to play a lot more aggressively and higher up the pitch. And then he needs to start trusting in the ability of his players and gaining more of their strengths. Like, you look at Marcus Rashford when he's playing on the right. With his performances on the right, why when Anthony had that performance against Galatasaray, you don't keep him on the right? Yeah. Garnacho's in goal-scoring form, then keep Garnacho on the left. It takes the pressure away from Marcus Rashford. Yeah. And you bring him on the pitch, and I think where Garnacho was playing against Newcastle on the last line, that's the only sort of way you're going to get anything out of Marcus Rashford right now. And unless we change our style and reset to last season, because I feel like since Højlund's come, what I've noticed with Marcus Rashford is he's taken up more of a creative role, even on the left.
United just giving it away already. Sorry.
Thank you, Abdul.
No, sorry.
We'll come back to Abdul at half-time as well with some stats, with a bit more of the sort of analytical look at things. But really, really good insight there, Abdul. Cheers for that. The game has kicked off. Give us your score predictions in the comments. What are we saying? Jay, I'll start with you. Scoreline and scorer. What was it? You said 1-0 Chelsea.
I said 1-0 Chelsea,
but you feel free to change that.
Maguire got megged.
It's not a foul.
No, in fact he didn't, because he kept hold of the ball. I always do this though. When the game starts or it gets close to kick-off, I get all giddy and I'm going to go 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. I said 2-1 Chelsea beforehand. Unfortunately, I'm going to stick with it. It's the team I thought we'd see. Yeah. And I'm going to stick with the scoreline I thought we'd see. I think we're going to struggle. I think we might start pretty sharply. But, you know, that's not a Meg because he don't get
right, so for starters, he puts it through his legs and then falls over.
Yeah.
Pochettino there moaning. Like, he literally knew he was not getting to that. So he pushed it. Was it Nicholas Jackson? Was it Nicholas Jackson who did it? Pushed it through Harry Maguire's legs and then fell to the floor instead of trying to get the ball and then look for the foul. And it wasn't a foul. He doesn't touch him.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got a few comments, a few Chelsea fans watching. Hello. Someone says chest for life. I think you meant Chelsea for life, but
chest for life.
You can't really spell very well. So
Diogo Dalot just picks up the ball there.
It doesn't have the same power
when
you say
son.
Chest for life.
On the edge of the box.
Bruno,
it's over. You know one of them ones, right? I get he's gone for power there, but just get it on time. Test the keeper.
Yeah.
You know, like first couple of minutes. Just even if it's not in the top bins or whatever, just hit it on, keep it down, and give him something to do. His first sort of touch of the game, you never know. Well, it seems like he's just trying to lever it.
I know. Yeah, big few games this, innit? Really big.
It is. This is the first game, right? I'm not going to lie to you, like, because I told you, I'm not going to as many games this season. I'm doing, like, fewer games. This is the first one where I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind going tonight. Just to try and get behind Ten Hag and show him support. I mean,
hopefully he saw that when he was taking his seat. You'd hope he'd get a good cheer.
Yeah. I hope. We could be in here now.
It's it.
Oh!
Crossed the goalkeeper. Good finish
that was at Højlund.
Oh, it was Højlund, sorry. I thought it was Garnacho.
Højlund there from left-hand side.
Good finish.
We're up for this already. That's what I like to see.
It's a good running behind this from Højlund. Just gets to his last man, sees him look up.
Great run.
And decent connection as well. And you know what? He's done as well as he can because it's right in the bottom corner, that.
Yeah, really good save. He's got it away as well, Sanchez.
Yeah. Corner to United, Luke Shaw plays it in. And sort of half won by Lindelof, but it's gone straight up in the air.
Lively, keep going, Manchester United. I mean, I'd love it if anyone scored, but if I could pick a goal scorer for United, I'd pick Højlund.
Unquestionably, yeah. I'd love him to get a goal.
Yeah.
He needs one, and he deserves one as well. He's played well.
It's just a curse of the United striker at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah. It's got to put a bit of pressure on him. Same again. There you go. That's good. That United forcing Chelsea into a sloppy pass and winning the ball back high up the pitch. That's what we want to see a bit more of. My worry is if we take the lead or if we score a goal, if we do what we did against Fenerbahce, where we just essentially Galatasaray, essentially let them control the game afterwards.
Yeah.
We're so fragile defensively. Like Abdul mentioned, we'll end up sitting back.
Yeah.
We'll end up letting them have all the ball.
The low here, down the right hand side. It's a great ball in the middle.
Cucurella
took it away from Garnacho there. I think he just about got it away, didn't he?
I know, he almost messed it up, didn't he?
He could have been in a United shirt. Well, not tonight, but
we
wanted him, didn't we?
Oh, he's done almost enough to let Garnacho get the other side of that. Corner to United on the other side now. Better start than the Newcastle game, that's for sure. Played it short. Luke Shaw, back to Bruno. Clips it in. Headed away by Thiago Silva. What?
He's unreal in his Silva. What is he, like 73?
71, I think.
Yeah.
Is it 38 or 39? He's 39, man. Just turned 39 at the end of September. That is incredible, isn't it?
I retired from five-a-side around that time.
I know. and he's still one of the better centre-backs in the league.
I Astro surf boots around the age of 39. I was like, you know what?
You don't even run for the bus anymore.
Yeah, I ain't got to hear me anymore. Do you know what I mean?
But he is still one of the better centre-backs in the league, isn't he?
He's fantastic. And you know what I like about Thiago Silva, right? He'll have a bad game and people will write him off.
Yeah.
And he'll come back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's happened a few times.
His first ever game for Chelsea was
Bournemouth
a bit poor, wasn't it?
Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge, I think. I can't remember where it was, but it was definitely like someone like Bournemouth. And
well done.
And he was woeful, and then he was mint.
Oh,
Anthony in here. Bad. So he took it into trouble then.
Yeah, because he didn't want to use his right.
McTominay. Oh no.
Was Anthony fouled?
I don't know. For me, it looked like Anthony got hold of the ball.
Excuse the touch.
No,
regardless.
Just have a look here.
Does well, Højlund again. Just lays it on for Anthony.
He needs to go on the outside, and he touches it in, and it's a heavy touch.
It is. He does. He needs just knock it into the space, and then worry about where you're going to put it. Go into the space and pull it across.
And Scott McTominay's on crack if he thinks he's going to score from now on his left foot with 8 players in front of him.
Yeah, worth a shot that way.
Yeah.
I'm Scott McTominay, mate.
To be fair, I've got a corner out of it. Can't knock him too much.
Hang on.
Oh!
Right.
Oh!
That is a foul.
That is a penalty.
That is a foul.
Surely. That is a penalty.
No question. I thought it might. I said, didn't I? Is that a foul?
It was a bad touch as well. He let it get away from him.
The thing
but
with
he's
Enzo
definitely
Fernandez,
stamped on him.
It's so bad a foul. It's so bad a tackle that no one even appealed for it.
No.
He's so late.
He stamps on him.
It's a clear penalty.
A clear penalty and a red card. No, penalty and a red card.
It's not a red, is it? But it's
yeah, it is. He could have killed him.
It's clear. It's a clear penalty. If he fouls both of his feet, clear penalty.
Look, there's your yellow.
There's your red. Go on!
It's gotta be 2 bookable offences in the same tackle.
There's no question that's a
penalty.
Right,
Chris Kavanagh, if you don't give that, you want sacking, and your bank account wants checking.
No, that's a penalty.
How many times
he goes for the ball, doesn't get it, and stands on the top of Anthony's foot?
Why have they sped it up for him?
That's not just, do you know when they're like, oh, you need to see it real time? That's not even real time. That's faster than real time.
That's a foul!
It's a clear foul.
Why are you looking at it 18 times?
It's a clear foul. Penalty.
I've always rated Anthony. Great touch. Told you that.
Lad. Who's taking it? Bruno, obviously. Unless he gives it to Højlund because he's a great laugh. It is a foul, isn't it?
Like, here, there, foul.
You can't just...
It's so dumb as well. To be fair, right, I don't even know if he's, like, intended to do it, but it's a foul.
You can't... There's no way that's not a foul, is there?
No.
Right, penalty.
Get away, you!
Yeah, come on. Someone drag him off.
Where's Fred when you need him to protect the penalty spot?
Yeah. Jumping on the penalty spot like it's a grenade. Fred, so no one can scuff it up.
I loved him. Was it in Paris?
Yeah.
Oh, he was class. Marcus was just waiting and Fred was just protecting him.
Come on, lads. Nice early goal. Thing is, if you miss a penalty, it feels like the opposition scored, doesn't it?
I know.
Huge. Come on, Bruno. Go on, lad. Steps up. Saved it. Shocker of a penalty as well.
Really?
Just side foots it, slow as fuck. For God's sake.
Oh.
Just goes and then over the top by Garnacho.
The whole point of that hop is the keeper needs to move, doesn't he, really?
But he doesn't.
Like, otherwise.
Fuck's sake.
We just cursed us. We just, honestly. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone in the comments, we're done now. We're finished.
It's like you said, it feels like you've conceded a goal.
Yeah, it does. Well, essentially, when the penalty's given, it's essentially 1-0 to Man United, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then now, it's 0-0.
Yeah.
So it's like Chelsea have fucking got an equaliser. Do you know what I mean? It feels like they'll be massively lifted and we'll be massively down. And how's he got that much space in the middle there?
Come on, man.
Come on now. Someone said, nice early confidence knocker.
It is, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
Diogo Dalot there.
That's decent as well. It's all right, we kept possession. Come on, Luke, get back on side, mate. You're doing nothing there. Hold on.
Skinny.
Find a man. That's good. It's not.
On it. Too much on it, man.
Yeah.
The right idea, but...
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing. It's just always overhit.
Shit.
Remember when Bruno scored 20 penalties on the spin? His record was unreal, wasn't it? And then he just seemed to get a little bit rattled when Ronnie came around that spell, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he started missing him now and again, and then now his record's almost like anyone else's.
Come on, we win this back here. Oh shit!
Diogo Dalot got away with that one because he missed him.
Yeah. Keep the ball. We need to, like Abdul was saying before, we need to keep our back line higher up the pitch. Make sure the gaps are smaller. Because the other thing is, we mentioned like the runs have to be bigger and longer sprints, and people get knackered and you can't be asked. Yeah. But also every pass is, what would be a 10-yard pass is a 20-yard pass, which makes it more missable, which makes longer, gives them longer to intercept it, all that sort of thing. You want to keep it tight, keep it close. That's not it, is it? Amrabat has fucking given the ball to Jackson there. Mudryk's in, and he's almost.
Oh my God! Do you know what?
Amrabat did. Who was it? He did that with it in the Champions League. Galatasaray. This is why I don't start him. Genuinely, shit. Pass that, wasn't it?
What he's thinking there is beyond me. And also, Mudryk's well onside.
Luckily, Mudryk's crap and all, innit?
Yeah.
If he's a good player, that's a goal.
Yeah, his touch there isn't the best.
No.
Kind of takes it away from himself.
And he's got no confidence whatsoever, as in Mudryk.
I also don't think McTominay's done him any favours there on back. He just sort of stood in front of him. Just show a bit of movement. Take them players away from him, but it's still that's on Amrabat. It's not on McTominay, by the way.
Yeah.
That's completely Amrabat's fault.
Come on, man.
What's that? Do you know what I mean? We just had a goal kick there. We just hoofed it straight to Chelsea players.
Well done, Højlund. He did very well there because that never sat down.
Garnacho's in here. Go on, son. Great touch. Oh, save. Oh,
Chelsea counter-attacking here. 3-on-2.
Bloody hell. Do you know what? I don't want to eat my words here, but Mudryk there, it could be 2-0 up if he had anything about him.
I mean, what I will say, and this isn't eating my words territory, since he's joined Chelsea, he's been shocking.
Yeah,
hasn't he? Up until 12 minutes 47 of this game, he's been awful for Chelsea.
Nah, I completely agree.
He looks like the sort of player that's like, he was amazing at under 13s. Just
and he got like 12 or 13 career goals.
Probably.
I think he's got 13 goals in his career. I think I know that because he had 12 and he scored 1, I think, for Chelsea.
Yeah, I'll double check it now.
At least at club level. I don't know if he's done anything for.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
3 in the Champions League, 2 in the Premier League, 9 in the Premier Liga. I think it's 14.
I stand corrected. He's got 14 career goals.
Yeah. How much did they pay for him?
80 million. Bargain. That's the sort of Manchester United transfer, that. Hey? I'm surprised it was Arsenal, not us, that were in for him.
Yeah. How many has Anthony got? He's got more than that. I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, even
Shut up, Sterling.
Even Anticy's got the courtesy of having 36
Didn't kick the ball away, ref.
Grass. Who's got booked there? Luke
Shaw.
For what?
Shaw, if I was you, right, next England camp, I'd knock him out.
Is it a booking for that?
Nah, for this. For that. Kicked the ball away and Sterling went running, went, miss. He kicked the ball away.
You haven't asked about the homework.
Do you know what I mean, you little geek?
Nice. It's not a foul.
It's not a foul. Go on, Amrabat. Go on, Anthony. It's a pass back.
It's like Bruno's penalty, but from further out.
No. Honestly.
Good pressing, though. Who wins it back here? Is it Amrabat?
I think it is Amrabat.
Oh, no. It's not. It's... Well, it starts with Højlund, really, doesn't it? And then Amrabat kind of capitalises.
Bruno was there, man.
Could have whipped it over his shoulder. Just needs a better shot, really, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you can't blame him for shooting.
I don't blame someone shooting on a stronger foot.
The shot's just not good enough.
I don't know what's going through your head when you hit that to think it's going to end up in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Right. Sanchez would have had to jump out of the way of it.
But I'm glad we're seeing Garnacho and Anthony involved quite a lot.
If we want to get technical about it, they've all had a shot on target.
Yeah. Lovely. Axel Disasi is a weird player.
I thought you were going to say it's a weird name. Axel Disasi is a weird name. You don't hear that very often, do you?
Yeah, very Alan Partridge.
Yeah.
That's a weird name.
Right.
No, he's just very odd. I can't remember which game it was, but there was a moment where I saw, and he was just so done for pace.
West Ham.
Was it?
He had a game against West Ham, I think,
so slow.
where he was terrible.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone look as slow as him.
I was like, who's he?
I was looking.
Who's that kid?
He's only like 25.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the West Ham game that he had an absolute stinker.
I didn't realise he was a slow fella.
Don't foul him. Yeah, he had an absolute stinker.
Liverpool 1-0 up at half time.
Pathetic.
All right. Come on then. Yeah, come short. Well done. Yeah, well
There's
done,
just a
Garnacho.
bit of zip about Garnacho.
Yeah, there is.
Do you know, like, this is what's been missing for Marcus. It's like, I don't want to bash it because he's not playing, but there's a reason he's not playing. It's like him, Garnacho, this first 15 minutes, he just looks up for it. He just wants the ball. He's had a shot on goal. He just looks like he's trying to make things happen.
Yeah. Lucky.
That's
Get up,
stupid,
you-
That is dumb. Colwell's done him a favour there. Someone dressed as Stephen Alson there in the crowd.
Yeah, big yellow jacket.
Big yellow taxi.
Come on.
Come on, United.
You know. Yeah, I'd love Højlund to get a goal. He's looked good already. A few times holding the ball up and stuff. Just doing those bits and getting stuck in that you just don't ever see.
Amrabat! Don't foul him.
He's close
In fact,
to
you
looking,
probably
though.
should have now because he's going to score.
Oof.
It's alright, it's not the Champions League.
Yeah,
Save
exactly.
that.
I'll save it. And he's legally allowed to use his gloves.
Enzo Fernandez here, about 25 yards out. Has a dig straight at Onana, who saves it and holds it.
Yeah. Go on, come on.
Bruno Fernandes will have a point to prove after missing that penalty.
Yeah.
Which can go either way, that can't it? Because sometimes Bruno, when he's got a point to prove, can be an absolute
Unbearable.
lunatic. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the ball.
That's
really
better.
good, really
Good ball
good,
out to Delo on the left hand, on the right hand side even.
Chuffing hell.
I know. Yeah, Bruno, get on the end of that. What?
Fucking Thiago Silva's marking two of them there. It's unlucky that. It was good play from United. Good ball. Anthony out to Dallo. Dallo switches it to the three man at the back post in Bruno Fernandes. And Thiago Silva, slightly luckily, his back leg blocks the ball, but he's in the right position at the right time, like he has been for the last fucking 20 years. It's unfortunate though, but good play from United. That promising stuff. Finding space in Chelsea's box, which isn't easy.
That's a great flick on, but there's no one there. Did well there, Maguire.
Well done,
Anthony.
Anthony's
done well there. Go on, get in the box. It's a bad ball. Well done, Sofian.
Out wide. Nice. There's space
well
out there
played.
as well. No.
Heavy touch.
Yes, nice. Maguire. Oh.
McTominay! Yes! Yes! Scott McTominay! Hey, I've always rated him.
He's such a good player, man. He's so good.
So glad he started over me.
We deserve a goal as well. We had the penalty. We obviously missed that. Couple of decent chances after that as well. United just knocking on the door for the last few minutes.
That's a finish that as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
that's one of the harder chances we've had this half.
Yeah. Weird, when the ball came back and it was Maguire who was having the shot. I know. What's he doing there?
Yes.
And then it gets deflected or blocked, falls back to McTominay. It's poor really from Chelsea.
Well done, Amrabat. Reads it well there. It's a good ball as well to Bruno.
Is it Jackson there, 15?
It should be. Oh no, it's not on there. Finish there, McTominay.
Is it Nicholas Jackson who's number 15 for them? Anyone? Do we know? No
lads.
Is Nicholas Jackson number
Joe's
15?
asking you something.
It's up there now, thank you. Nicholas Jackson is shit, by the way. And he makes a terrible pass and then slips over straight afterwards as we're counter-attacking. It's very good to see. And then Thiago Silva, who, looking around, must be infuriated that there can't be four of him at the back.
I know, man. I feel for him.
Good start from United.
I say I feel for him. I don't. I'm glad. But
this is much better though from United tonight so
started
far,
off
isn't it?
On the front foot, really positive. Crowder up for it as well. You can tell.
Yeah.
And Victor Lindelof's fell over.
Fucking
and
hell.
Now Chelsea are in. Well done, Diogo Dalot.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, Scott McTominay got fouled there, referee.
Yeah, you give it. I know you can't you can't not slip over, but it's so infuriating when someone slips over and fucking lets people in behind, isn't it? Well done from Diogo Dalot there. Stayed switched on, which is something.
He's done right so far, Dalot, this half.
He has.
He's had a few critics recently, hasn't he?
He's just not very good, Jackson, is he?
No.
And he might score the winner tonight.
He got that default hat-trick against Spurs, didn't he? Spurs were down to 5 men. And like he just kept getting the ball.
Yeah, he kept having shots from 5 yards out with no keeper.
Yeah,
and eventually
it was like
scored
that.
3.
And then he's like, "Hang on a minute, he's got 3 goals. What's going on here?"
Yeah, it was one of the worst performances.
Do you know
that
it was
led to a hat trick that I've ever seen?
It was reminding me of that soft. It reminded. Oh, he's going to get booked for that now.
Yes,
Garnacho. Garnacho. I can see why he's angry, right? Because it's so soft. Cucurella's gone down there. Garnacho, the referees give a foul. I'm just watching this now. They're literally at each other. And then...
It's not a foul at all.
No, Cucurella
it's less
falls
of a foul
over.
than I thought it was, to be honest.
Falls over. Gets a foul. Garnacho throws a ball on the floor and he gets booked. Just awful refereeing.
Yeah.
But...
see why he gets booked in the end, but it's...
Zlatan, do you remember Zlatan's hat-trick in the Europa?
No, you've referenced it a few times, but I can't actually
Anyone in
imagine
the chat remembers Zlatan's hat-trick in the Europa where he had a stinker and got 3 goals?
Was it as bad as Jackson against Spurs?
It was almost, because it was like, it was a penalty, a free kick, and I think it was a deflected shot.
Free kick though, that puts it above Jackson.
But it was a free kick that went like he'd sit in the wall and the ball just moved out of the way and it went in. You know one of them ones?
Yeah.
Where it's like everything this guy touches, he's turned into shit. Except when he shoots.
Yeah, the wall just made it.
Yeah,
like
honestly, people think I'm off my head, right? But if you remember that game, I remember I was at it. It was at Old Trafford.
Yeah,
and Zlatan, you were like one of them where you're like, what's he doing? And he just kept scoring. Go on, Anthony. Go on, Sunshine. Go on.
Hold on, Rasmus.
Go on, keep going. Skinny me shit.
He is actually. What are you doing?
Yeah, well done.
Captain.
Who's that?
Levi Colwill.
Why is he captain?
Yeah, because it's Chelsea and everyone else has been there for fucking 4 weeks. It's literally a child or a child who's been there for 2 weeks. What's all that
Conor
Gallagher, who they were trying to sell about 12 months ago, is their actual captain.
He's bad, isn't he? Bad. He's banned.
Reece James is a captain.
And he's banned as well.
He's banned from being fit.
Reece James loves not playing, doesn't he?
He fucking loves it, man.
He absolutely loves missing out on games.
Yeah. And I like Reece James is a very, very talented player.
When he's fit, he's probably the best right back in the league. But he's fit like once a month.
But also, when you look at him, he's got the body type of someone who's never going to be fit, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's quite muscular and a bit sort of soft. Like, he looks like he's always going to be injured, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's
just body style.
It's a shame. I'm not overly bothered about what happens at Chelsea, but it's a shame when you see a young player who's mint, who just can't stay fit.
Yeah.
It's like the kid Fofana, isn't it?
Yeah,
when I said when we were linked with him and I was laughing at it and all the Leicester fans sent for me, and how many games has he played for Chelsea since then? I remember he had a stinker at Old Trafford last season as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's got to keep going here, United. Because this Chelsea team will fall out of each other.
That's easy. Who's that? Casado. He looks like a different player at Chelsea, doesn't he?
Casado? Yeah. Might just take him a little while, you know.
Yeah, I think
Bissouma got written off, didn't he, at Spurs? And then he kicked on.
Yeah. And although he's stumbled a bit last few games, but you'll had bad form, aren't you?
I think like you can underestimate it, can't you? Like a young lad getting a massive move where the expectation's just so much different. Chelsea are in here. Sterling.
No way.
I think that's going to be a penalty, you know.
It might be.
Because he's holding something there, Sterling. I know that doesn't mean anything, but...
It didn't feel like one to me, but they're going to check it, obviously.
No, it's getting booked.
Yeah,
why is he not booked? It's a blatant dive.
Yeah, it's a dive. Clear dive.
Do you know what? They should be able to look at that and book him.
Because even if there's some contact, there's not enough for him to fall over.
That little grass got Luke Shaw booked as well for kicking the ball away.
Yeah.
He should get a yellow for that because it's a blatant dive.
It is a blatant dive. He's falling over
Luke Shaw
as his foot's coming across him. Clear dive.
Right, if it's not a penalty then, it's a yellow.
They can't do yellows on VAR though,
oh, right, sorry, no, but even the ref then, if he's seen it's not a penalty, surely he sees, look, it's a dive. You know what, he sold it to me because he held his leg. I thought, oh, maybe he's been clipped, but he hasn't. He's not changed him, has he, the little weasel? He was like that when he was at the Scousers, and he was like that sitting, he's still like that now.
Yeah. Oh, it's a shit pass, that. United not really had the ball since we scored, have we? Which is the same story we saw. I know we got 2 goals before it kicked in against Galatasaray, but this thing of we score and then you have all the ball.
Yeah.
We need to not let that happen. It's too easy.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? I can't think of anything we've done since the goal went in.
No, you're right.
And also, it doesn't have to happen because they got a bit of boost from us missing the penalty, but we didn't let that.
No, we didn't let it rattle us. To be fair,
kept playing really
like
well.
you saying, that feels like you've conceded.
Yeah, and
stay with him.
Shite. And yet now we score a goal and let them have all the ball.
Far, has he? Could be famous last words there, Cole Palmer.
Yeah, you like him, don't you?
I mean, like's a bit of a stretch because he's.
You think he's a good player?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I do now. He is a good player. He's from the ends as well, isn't he?
Where is he from?
Withenshaw.
Is he? I
think he's a Red.
Sign him up.
We'll buy him for 240 million next season.
and he'll be shit, and then we'll sell him.
Yeah, and then we'll sell him on a free.
And then we'll do that thing where we loan him out and they
go on, Scott. Wages. Scott McTominay.
Well done, Scott.
Diogo.
Back post.
Oh, Rasmus!
Garnacho did so well there.
Couldn't touch it.
So well there. I don't quite know what Dalla was doing here. Because he's obviously going to Garnacho, but I don't know why he hits it that hard.
How's your touch, son?
I know. I thought he might float it to the back post, but instead he's absolutely wrapped it at Garnacho.
That's beautiful, that from Garnacho.
He did brilliantly, Garnacho, but...
It's just half a yard in front of where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Dalot there, that was the most Diogo Dalot thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was good, but also terrible at the same time.
It was a completed pass to the man he wanted to pass to, but he hit it 3 times harder than he did.
Like,
just absolutely
no need
it
to lever it at him like that.
It was weird.
Like Martin Dubravka last season.
You have some good references, you. What's Martin Dubravka last season?
Oh, right.
When I watched
played
it.
for us in the Carabao Cup, there was a point in the game where Jeremy Clarkson's there, not bad. I can't stand him. Where we were winning, and Dubravka had like a mini meltdown, like they let the ball go under his feet and then scrambled and saved it. And then he had the ball, and he turned to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and honestly, Joe, I have never seen anyone hit a ball as hard as he hit it at Aaron Wan-Bissaka with no one around either of them. In my
it was like
life.
Carlos Alberto in the World Cup final.
Yeah. It's like, you know when Roberto Carlos
through the air.
used to get them free kicks that were like 50 yards out and he'd take a run up and have a go. It was like that. And he literally blasted it as hard as he could at Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Did he control it?
He tried to. I think he broke his leg in the process. I think he had to get stretched off for trying to control it,
Oh, fucking hell.
Right, the linesman's broke his Walkman.
He shouldn't be listening to music anyway.
I know, you've not got a job to do.
He's got a podcast on here.
Hey, he's listening to us.
I know, yeah. He's got the watch-along on. Unreal.
Hit that like button, by the way, people. Let's get to 1,000 likes. I can't believe we've not got there already.
Yeah, it's ludicrous.
It is.
It's ludicrous. The ref's fucking battery pack's run out.
Have we not just got a manually powered ref?
Have we not just got another ref we can wheel out?
Yeah, what's all this nonsense?
Okay, now drinks break. I like the players.
There's Brian Robson and Gary Pallister.
Looking well there, actually, Robbo.
Yeah, absolute legend.
Pallister doing his best sort of Count Dracula.
Underrated Gary Pallister, you know.
He don't get talked about that much, does he? He only ever gets talked about, sort of preceded by Bruce and.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think there's only him and maybe John Terry who played every minute of every game in a title-winning team.
Wow.
I think John Terry did it like the last time Chelsea did it.
Maguire was
I think Palace did it. I might be wrong, but I think Palace did it in a 42-game season.
Bloody hell.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Get involved in the chat in the comments.
I think Maguire was the first person to do it in any season for United. Obviously not a title-winning one since Pallister. McTominay with a decent strike.
McTominay, it's towards Sanchez there. Just gave it straight to. I don't know.
He's shit, man.
Robert Sanchez. He's shit until we take a penalty against him when he becomes Edwin van der Sar's better younger brother.
Interesting beard shape as well on Sanchez, I've always thought. Like, it goes back here.
Yeah.
And then goes to a point like there.
It's very well groomed, isn't it?
Very well groomed indeed.
I think he goes to the Turkish barbers in Eccles.
Do you go there?
Yeah, I get my eyebrows done now. Once a decade.
Where do you take your son and that?
I take him to the Arams in Earlham.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it as well because whenever I go in there, he always cracks the same joke.
Go on.
Is it you or your lad today?
Yeah, I love that.
Love that.
You and then you get your pubes out.
And then I remember once.
Me?
Yeah. Hey, Harry's in. Go on, Bruno. Oh, you know, it was the right idea then, but he executed it wrongly.
Yeah. Back out
Soft
wide. Is he onside?
Is Bruno now.
Good clip. McTominay! Oh, you lucky bastard.
How's he not
you
scored?
You lucky bastard. The ball just hit Sanchez's feet twice there. Oh. That is the lowest quality double save I've ever seen in my life. The first one's alright.
I don't want to be harsh on somebody. He should have scored out the header, I think.
Yeah.
It's a free header.
6 yards out.
And he's just headed it straight at keeper.
Yeah.
He heads that anywhere else, it's a goal.
At least he's headed it down.
Yeah.
And now Chelsea are literally 2-on-1.
Chelsea are in, and it is
Jackson.
A great save.
Fantastic
by
Onana.
Andre Onana.
Again, no offence to Onana there because it was a very good save. Luckily, Jackson is one of the worst strikers in the Premier League. What the fuck happened there? We're literally seeing a double save from McTominay, or not from McTominay, on McTominay, and then it cuts to Chelsea pissing through our back line. What's happened there?
I don't know.
Good save by Onana, well done.
You want that second goal, man. Do you know what? If we got a 2-goal cushion, and we could keep it like that for like 60 minutes, then I'd bring on Maine in me.
Yeah.
I'd give him half an hour.
Give Rashford half an hour.
It's not a bad shout.
The poor lad.
Get some minutes, son.
Go on then. No, don't go back into the danger.
He's a weird guy, isn't he, Amrabat?
Yeah, he's
like,
a bit.
Harry Maguire running down the wing
Well,
as they sing on the terraces.
Yes.
And then he's going to step over.
Anthony
for no
doing
reason
1-2s
whatsoever.
with Harry Maguire. That's what you want to see.
Hey.
That is life at the top.
This is Ten Hag ball. Hey, you said you wanted to see it. Now you're seeing it.
I love from the goal. It was Harry Maguire's shot blocked.
Yeah.
Falls to Scott McTominay who scores.
Yeah.
That is just peak Solskjaer, isn't it? You know what I mean? That is absolutely. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer let out a tiny little yelp when that happened, didn't he?
We've seen Ollie ball tonight. Bruno taking penalties. McTominay scoring from a Maguire assist. Was it a Maguire assist?
Well, not an assist, but
involvement.
Yeah. Hold on.
Right, help each other out here.
Yeah. Where's the next pass?
Like that's well done, Amrabat. At least he showed for it.
He's there.
Maguire there, just don't leave me out. Pointing, not me.
Go on. Oh, good lad. If you slip over, you can't have a shot that goes wide. 4D and then some chess. Will Edmondson says, Jay, link this game to the greatest achievement in association football. Keep up the good work, lads. These streams can help people through tough times. Thank you very much. So you got to link this to the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final/run.
It's a good one. I mean, I could have had the tap in there that we saw Brian Robson in the crowd a minute ago. We commented on obviously captain Manchester United in the greatest achievement ever. But you could just go with the easy one about. I think there's footage of Erik Ten Hag when they're speaking to Johan Cruyff. Was it on television? Remember when he was a kid?
Really?
And he was giving him like they had like a bit of a forum where kids ask Cruyff questions, and I'm pretty sure that he was there asking Johan Cruyff questions. Who obviously managed Barcelona when we beat him in the greatest achievement ever in the history of association football.
There you go. Easy as that.
If I'm wrong, get involved in the comments and let me know. I'm pretty sure. Do I remember that footage of Ten Hag?
I don't think I've seen it.
When he's about 8.
Trying to it's like a sort of inside the actor's studio type setup, isn't it?
It's like that one.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen the one with Ian Botham where he's with all them kids?
Yes.
And it's like you think they're going to ask him about cricket and they don't. They ask him like serious questions about his drug abuse.
What, little kids and that?
They're all like proper little Tories. And they're like, you say that they're all Scottish, so I won't do the Scottish accent because I'll offend anyone who's Scottish. But they're like, you say that smoking cannabis is okay, but what do you say to people that have serious drug problems?
That's nice.
You know what I mean? It's like, who are you, absolute weirdos?
Yeah, that's true.
Get a grip.
Also, not many Scottish tourists, so they've had to have gone out of the way to find them. they're not,
just like,
they're not a dime a dozen, as they say in America.
Oh, God, no! You can't just rely on him being shit all the time.
I know, it's worked so far, though, hasn't it?
I know, but you can't say, just let him have the ball because he's terrible at football.
It's Dalot it's just Dalot getting caught in no man's land, isn't it?
Also, if I was Sterling, I'd be fuming with him. Because when he first gets it, he can lay it across and he's away.
This is reminding me of the United versus Chelsea game at Old Trafford last season. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Where there was just loads of chances for both teams, but luckily they're so bad going forward that we scored more than they did.
4-1?
Yeah. And then second half, United pulled away and were really good.
No, that's staying in, that lad.
Oh, almost.
Put him under!
That's going to make one of the best cut short compilation clips I've ever seen, that. That was like fucking Burkamp. Go on, Rasmus. Well done, lad.
Go on, Alejandro.
Go on. Luke Shaw's on there. And ball, ref.
Ball!
Come on.
Don't foul him, Garnacho. You're on a yellow, lad.
Well done, Rabat. Better there from United. We're sort of halfway there, aren't we, in terms of this performance?
Yeah.
It looks good, but then just the final moment. Unlucky, lad.
Oh, he's unlucky there.
It's all right, though. I don't mind that. Bruno should know if he's offside there before he passes it him, so I trust that he wasn't. What's going on? McTominay's down, is he? I don't know what happened there.
He's hurt himself kicking. Somebody's hurt himself kicking.
I think maybe ankle or knee. Sort of opens his
he
leg
looks
up.
like he's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah. He kicks his toe across the ankle or something. Maybe he's opened his knee up there. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, McTominay. Is he holding his stomach? Can't work out what's going on there.
I'm not sure. It seems a bit odd. For
Yeah,
him to be holding his stomach.
I saw his foot sort of like...
Unless he's hurt himself that badly, he feels sick, which is, rare, but...
This was unbelievable from Anthony Paddock.
Oh, Megsy's! Backheel Megsy's!
And if we cut the compilation there, we're good.
Yeah.
That was an unreal bit of skill,
Yeah.
that, wasn't it? And Sanchez fucked that up as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Has he broke his arm or something? What, like, he's got like a... What's up with him? Badly winded? He's up chatting and nodding his head.
Weird one, that, because like you said, like he's holding his stomach.
He should have cut back in a minute, not that one, there's the goal.
It's a finish, that's
a nice finish, it is, yeah.
He's got a finish on him, to be fair.
I know. It's annoying though, isn't it? Because that's his best trait, which is a shame because we don't really need him to do that. But then we're so bad that we do need him to do that.
Yeah.
A top
if
team,
he was our number 10, you wouldn't be like, you'd probably be like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even a striker getting the numbers he's putting up recently would be all right.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's a midfielder who you want to get involved.
Who's costing us games?
Yeah, like he's just not. He's almost anonymous in some games, and it's like it's frustrating.
I can't
it's
see
weird,
what's going
man.
on. Someone's saying bad seafood. Maybe
do you remember
when just needs a crapola.
Do you remember when under Moyes Shinji Kagawa was ill, and Moyes did a press conference and he was asked about it. He went, he's got a stomach upset because he ate too much. And Shinji Kagawa literally had to put out a statement saying, I'm not ill because I ate too much. I'm not 2 years old. Yeah. I know how to not eat too much.
Yeah. What am I, some sort of medieval king?
Am I goldfish?
Yeah.
We killed him because we kept giving him food. He kept eating it until he
He's
died.
just a Labrador. What do you mean he ate too much?
Medieval king, I just clapped.
A great banquet.
William III.
There shall be a great feast. And Kagawa just fucking eats everything on the table. No, sir. We've still got another 116 courses. Your dignitaries marvelled at your huge appetite. You must carry on eating. Oh, I guess I probably better carry on eating then. Another pie for the gentleman. Bring him his ceremonial pie.
Imagine you're Shinji Kagawa, right? You sat home, you're ill, and you turn on your telly and your manager's going, yeah, he's off ill because he ate too much. You're like, what?
And he must have eaten too much, 20 minutes before kick-off? What? Any more than 6 hours later and you're fine?
Like, he shouldn't have had that 8 from McDonald's.
Yeah, he's eating too much. Does he mean he's fat and out of shape, or do you actually think he meant like You know what I mean? He ate an entire roast bird.
I don't know. It was
he ate a 9-bird roast.
It was one of those
himself.
like. Do you remember there was that spell? Yeah, we could be in here. It's a foul referee
as well. That he's not going for the ball.
No, not going to book him our way. Typical.
Go on, Bruno. Just think of this in your head, Bruno, as a big penalty.
Maguire standing over. I'd let Maguire have it for a laugh.
Fucking twatty.
Oh, he's not. Do you know what? It's a nice little distance, this, you know.
For a little ping pong.
Yeah.
You know, ping pong is a brand.
What do you mean? It's a brand.
Well, like Hoover.
Yeah.
Is what you call
like
a vacuum.
Kleenex.
Yeah.
Sharper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's become synonymous with the sport, but ping pong is actually a brand.
So it's table tennis is the sport,
tennis,
but
yeah.
ping pong.
Yeah. And as far as spin-off sports go,
yeah.
Table tennis has got to be the most popular, hasn't it? It's literally named after another bigger sport. You know what I mean? Go on, Bruno. Free kick. Over the wall? No, it's not. Into the wall.
I don't know what I was thinking, believing he could score.
Yeah, stupid that. Is there any other sports that are based on another sport? Water polo.
You know what I said? She's going to kill me if she watches this. I said to my missus about water polo.
Yeah. Not that she didn't fall into the classic trap. What, do the horses drown?
Yeah, it's my getting the horses in the pool.
Was she being serious, or was she like quoting a joke?
She thought it was true, like she believed me. Bro,
oh, you said it and she believed
it.
Oh! Sorry.
I said it.
Sorry about that.
She was alright. I said it and she believed me. Because we went on holiday and there was water polo and I said, it's going to take, it's my in it getting the horse in the pool. And she was like, what? They have horses? Like, what? I was like, no, you nana.
Yeah. But it is rare having a sport, like Frasier came from Cheers, obviously.
Yeah.
Like table tennis is like the Frasier to the tennis's Cheers.
Crane of
yeah. Frasier Crane. Well, obviously table football not quite as successful.
Well, rugby's come from football, didn't it?
It did, but it's not. Oh. It's not because like tennis and table tennis are essentially the same game.
No, but excuse me.
Oh my God, he's gone. Quick, get a new J. Crack one of the J's out of their little. There's the nitrogen seal.
Do you know the only cure for this is some chocolate?
Do you want some chocolates? Do you want some?
No,
I'll chocolate for you.
I'm trying to lay off the chocolate, man.
Yeah, you are.
Do you know what I mean? I'm a right greedy pig lately. Yeah, because rugby was invented when they were playing football and that kid picked up the ball, didn't he, and ran with it.
Yeah.
At rugby school.
That's true. Ice hockey?
Yeah.
In my head, ice hockey is a lot bigger than field hockey. That should be really... it's surpassed its originator.
What else is there? Get involved with people letting you know. Spin-off sports, yeah.
Foot golf.
Know. Foot golf.
Beach volleyball.
Very good indeed, yeah.
Ooh, Palmer.
He scored.
It's a good finish.
Cole Palmer
said
he'd been quiet.
Fuck's sake.
Said he was a good player.
It's a really good finish.
And that is a mint finish. We've been lucky that those chances fell to Mudryk and not him, because he's had half a chance there and he's buried it.
That's shit.
Been coming, man. Been having these warnings.
Just passed it in the corner there, hasn't he?
Let's have a look at this.
Turn Mudryk.
Mudryk there.
Do you know what? It's a really nice finish, that. It's a really nice finish. I mean, I'll look at Onana, but I just think he's crowded. He's not seen it straight away, and it's right in the corner. I'm not blaming Onana for that.
At fault for that.
You don't see it till late, and it's a... Do you know what? It's a beautiful finish, that.
Nah, it's more or less in off the post.
Yeah. No, it's not Onana for sure.
The trick there is not let him get his shot off.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah. That's easy, innit? Just let him run across you and get a shot away. Pour that.
City fans will be loving that as
Yeah.
well. 8 minutes of added time, by the way.
Yeah.
Just typical.
Mostly because the ref's walkie-talkie broke. His batteries fell out. People blaming Onana in the comments. If my amateur says it best there, that's a highly technical finish. Onana had no chance. He doesn't really show like much of a wind-up. There's not some big setup for the goal. He sort of sneaks it in back across goal. Onana's got Maguire and Lindelof crossing over in front of him, and he passes it right in the bottom corner. It's just a very good finish. I don't think you need to start blaming the keeper for that. That was a brilliant finish.
It's unlucky there, to be fair to Anthony.
Yeah.
Go on, keep going. Put him under. Oh, you stuffy. Oh, hello. Chelsea have fucking woke up now. They've got that goal.
Fuck's sake, it's annoying that.
So deflating. But we had warnings. Mudryk had about 3 chances. Sterling had one. Yeah. Jackson had a couple. But Palmer's got the quality that Mudryk and Jackson
Come on!
Got. And why is bloody Raheem Sterling running through 3 here?
He falls over and then stands up and dribbles through 3 players there. Just flat-footed. Amrabat just takes the foul.
Come on, wake up, United. Thing is, Chelsea, right, they've had a few chances. They've shown us how poor they can be. When you put them under pressure, they're all over the gaff.
Yeah, they are. You know, it's not 4 games into the season. We're 15 games into the season or so, and they're 10th.
Yeah,
so
they're
beatable. They've obviously got good players, but you know, essentially for the last 18 months, they've been a bang average mid-table Premier League side, who, like you said in the preview, still hold a bit of weight because of their name.
Yeah, it's
but we need to be able to beat them. We need to be able to beat teams.
Well done, Luke Shaw. That is a fantastic header. Not enough on that. Honestly. What are you giving the ref a thumbs up for, you dickhead?
He knows what he's doing there as well.
He does. He buys that.
Foul him. Cucurella kicks across Luke Shaw's legs.
Gets a foul and gives the referee a thumbs up because he's his mate.
That's annoying, that.
Go on, Bruno.
See, Paul Scholes' response to Anthony.
Yeah, I thought Anthony's comment was really bizarre.
So I'll go into it. So obviously the other day, Paul Scholes criticised Anthony, and other players have criticised Anthony. And Anthony said afterwards, or he said earlier, I see criticism coming from former United players, other people in the media. So you know, not just Paul Scholes, but other people. But I've never seen them give constructive criticism to help me be a better professional. And then in response to that, we saw Paul Scholes' Instagram story, and he was quoting that story of Anthony's, and said, run as fast as you can up and down, score goals and make goals, please. Good luck tonight, Anthony, my friend. Obviously, slightly tongue-in-cheek, taking the piss of, you know, where's the constructive criticism? Run up and down and score some goals. I understand it from Paul Scholes' perspective. I don't love, though, just generally the idea of our current players sort of publicly arguing with our former legends. It's not good,
I don't like
is
it at all.
No.
And Anthony's achieved the square root of fuck all in a United shirt. Yeah. Let's not forget that. And it's like, Paul Scholes is entitled to his opinion, and I think he's pretty fair, Paul Scholes. He doesn't strike me as particularly bitter against United. I know he can be quite harsh sometimes, but I think some of that harshness comes from the fact that he expects a certain level at Manchester United, because those are levels he was used to, those levels that he gave.
Yeah.
So, yes, fair enough, Anthony can stick up for himself. I'm not saying he can't, but digging out like former United players, not sending you messages of love or whatever, I think it's nonsensical. Yeah. I do. And I also think, if you want to really show us what you're about, then do it, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, show us some achievements on the pitch, then go, look, criticising me when I've done this for him, but you haven't done anything yet. It's it's like Bruno. Mino Raiola, that, wasn't it? Do you remember? You're not going to get that.
No, you're not. Really good pass there from Bruno. Garnacho's looking good today, running in behind a lot.
Really good. Yeah. Really good.
Good work off the ball.
Absolutely love him.
It's not on ball anyway.
It's not on ball, and you won't get on ball if it was, I don't think. No. But yeah, I remember Mino Raiola did it at Scholes about Pogba. He tweeted about him. I just think, I know Mino Raiola's not a player, obviously. He was Paul Pogba's agent.
But he's a representative of him.
Yeah, and it was just like, what are you on about? You've not got better things to be doing with your time.
What do you make of the Chelsea badge and thing? A bit all shiny.
Yeah, it keeps disappearing. I keep thinking they're not wearing one, and then I see it glinting in the sun, under the floodlights. Yeah, very modern.
Oh,
Jesus wept.
Is it a foul? Who's fouled him? Keepers just get to do what they want from corners,
They do, don't they? It's like, oh, he hit me. What did you do?
Who's fouled him there? No one. Absolutely. There's no one there, is there?
No, there's
Scott
no
McTominay
foul.
stood
Absolutely
next to him.
No foul.
Don't even go for the ball, McTominay. I'm not having to go at Onana for that.
Finish.
It's a fantastic finish, that.
Is it through Victor Lindelof's legs?
No.
Oh, you can't blame Onana for that.
No. Wind up on it. You can't really even tell he's having a shot, and it's right in the corner. It's an excellent finish.
He is a good player, him.
Yeah, he is. Come on, you can't get turned that easy, man.
That's
Sake.
No, I thought he might get booked for that.
Yeah, I did.
You will get Bruno Fernandes is probably going to get a call. I thought he was going to get booked for that. You will get people who just criticise Onana because it's the dumb thing in it, but that's not on him.
No, and he saved a 1v1 today.
Yeah.
Like overall,
That's
he's done well
a yellow.
That is
he's
booking.
away.
That's a booking.
Why are you not giving him a yellow there? Fucking stupid. He's nowhere near the ball there.
He's not even going for it. He's not going for the ball.
He's just taking him out. We're on a counter-attack in the last minute of the half.
Fulham are 4-0 up against Forest.
I will be getting in on the action.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, says it all.
They're woeful.
Nice.
Thanks. Liverpool still 1-0 up against Sheffield United. I'd love them to get a goal, wouldn't you?
Oh, that'd be mint.
I'd go wilder than they do.
Nice.
Thank you. 20 seconds of stoppage time left to go in the first half. A lovely, juicy 52 mins played. That's pretty much the standard these days. About 50 minutes a half, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot more games over a season.
That's a terrible ball. Thank God it's half time.
Right, half time. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. A very promising start from United that was sort of cancelled out by a very good finish, but a slightly underwhelming defensive performance, wasn't it, from United?
Yeah,
we looked good and then very fragile at the same time.
The goal is probably the least egregious defending we did out of the chances they had.
Yeah,
I think for the goal, you can be a bit tighter than him. As a defender, you've always got to stop him getting his shot off. That's your job. So, okay, you can say that maybe Victor Lindelof should be better. I'm not blaming Onana at all, but it's an excellent bit of skill and a good finish. You look at the Mudryk chances he had, poor defending, switching off, just go to sleep. The Nicholas Jackson chance, again, not good enough, sloppy. I think it was from Amrabat in the midfield to give the ball away. So the ones that didn't lead to a goal were worse than the ones that did lead to a goal.
Yeah.
Were the goal, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
But on the whole, going forward, fantastic. Højlund unlucky not to get on the score sheet. Garnacho's looked good. Anthony's looked lively. And obviously Scott McTominay got his goal. Bruno will be disappointed with missing his penalty, but he's been involved other than that. Defensively, poor.
Yeah.
Just it's the reason we've got is it our goal difference is 0 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We're okay at scoring goals and poor at conceding them. So I don't know what Abdullah's laughing to himself about there, but we can ask him what you're looking at your phone at and what you're laughing at.
No, I was just
share it with the group.
No, I was just. Am I on?
Yeah. You're live on Stretford Paddock.
Can you see
and
me?
I want to know what you were giggling at on your phone, and so do the 3,000 people watching.
I was just asking my friends who I should cook at half time.
Right, and what did they say?
One of them said Rashford because
Nice, I like that.
He's not done enough today. What have you made of that first half?
He's not drank his tea quick enough on the bench, apparently.
Class.
What did you make of that first half?
As expected, in a way. Like, I thought most of us would have thought it was going to be an end-to-end game the way that both of these teams have played this season. I feel like every game Chelsea has been like that.
Send it to me.
Quite disappointed we didn't get a couple more goals.
Send it to Anna.
18 shots in the first half.
Yeah.
18 shots. That is mad. But I thought it's a bit of a mixed performance. Like, I feel you look at this Chelsea team and they're an obvious threat on the break, but it's the same story with Chelsea. Like, it feels like they need 4 chances to score 1.
Yeah.
And we've sort of seen that. I think when you look at the XG there, 0.43, it doesn't look amazing, for Chelsea for the chances they had, but I feel like it's because a lot of the chances they've had, they've just not even got the shot off when they've been clean through. Cole Palmer, great finish. I think he's been brilliant this season for Chelsea.
He has. He's probably, for me, I think he's been their best signing under Todd Boehly.
Yeah, no, I think
I'm going to go early. I think he has been.
It's been definitely the most impactful, for sure. I think even from outside of expectation, like Sterling's had a good season, to be fair to him, but I think considering Palmer's meant to come in as this, like, you know, another one of them young signings that they made, like a Mediake or whatnot, but instead he's actually just come in and taken penalties, taken authority. Really like his confidence. Think he's a great player. He's causing us a lot of problems. Jackson and Sterling on the break causing us problems, but like I said, same story that they've had this season. As for United, I think Højlund, that first chance he had, I thought that was creeping in. I really wanted him to score, because this is the game weird, for him, innit?
It's just like, it just doesn't quite seem to be dropping for him. Like, it's not like he's playing badly or doing much wrong. I can't look at him and go, you know, like with Vegos, you go, what are you doing? Why are you not finishing that? Oh my God, he's awful. There's none of that with Højlund. Like, it's just almost, or it's a good save, or just not quite there, or it's just been put too far in front of him. It almost feels like he's just inches away, and it's, you know, you can't really blame the kid. I know in the Champions League he's doing it. Just before I go back to you, because I've got a few questions. I don't know where we're up to with these super chats, so I'm going to power through them. And I think we might have already read some of these. So give me P.I. Greaser gifted 5 Paddock memberships. Thank you. Joshua Davis said, well, this is ages ago. I think we must have read those ones out. Jerema Kriwono says Amazon on 154.05, 3 Chelsea players in the box encroach. All right, that's what I think he's saying for the penalty. I think we have had these, sorry. Shane Gates says midfield so open, but refreshing to see selflessness of the wider players. Just on that, the big call was obviously dropping Rashford for Garnacho. What have you made of Garnacho in particular this half?
Don't think he's dropped him for Garnacho, to be fair. I think it's more Anthony.
Anthony. What have you made of Garnacho and Anthony?
Garnacho, I think, has been good today. He's been very lively. I thought that decision when he got sort of around the man and he got booked for it, I don't think that was a foul, and he was off through into the box there. That was quite frustrating for us, because that could have been another goal. But yeah, it's been really lively. Delo sort of fired that cross to him, and he took a good touch.
He fired that with vigour.
I don't know why, because he could see the man.
Lever it?
I don't know what he was thinking there, because he could see the man. Because if that's a better ball there, Garnacho probably, you know, has a better chance to get a shot off. But yeah, he's been very lively on the left. Anthony, involved in basically the most duels on the pitch. He's won the most, and he's also lost the most. Very active, like very aggressive on that right hand side, like a lot of fouls. He's won the most fouls on the pitch as well with 3. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag performance from Anthony, like still showing them frustrating bits, but then I think also he's popping up in areas where I'd rather see him, like the one where he wins the penalty there. I think initially takes a pretty bad touch, but
I was shouting that because he took a bad touch into trouble when there was space on his outside, but we got a penalty out.
Well, yeah, he takes a better touch there. He has a better chance to get a better shot off. But again, just the zones that he picked up inside. There was one where he got on the edge of the box and Bruno made an outside run, a run on the outside of him, and I felt he had to find Bruno there, because I was chatting to a friend at full time before half time, and he was saying as well, he was like, you know, if you take that shot there, you got to score. And you look stupid. And I think there Anthony he's got to slip Bruno in, and if you take the shot, you've got to score it from the edge of the box. So that was quite frustrating. But Amrabat a bit sloppy in midfield. He's putting his foot on the ball, but sometimes he just gets caught. He's looking, you know, to pass back, but he's not really taking a look first. Yeah. So it's quite poor, to be honest. But you could tell he's trying to anchor the midfield there. There's a moment here that we're just watching back where he wins it, plays Bruno in, who plays Garnacho, and then it comes across to Maguire. That was then that's the McTominay goal.
On that, sorry, not to interrupt you, but we see there the ball gets played in behind, overlap, and for one of the only times in the game, we've got someone actually waiting for the cutback, and it's Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
it worries me slightly that we get in these positions overlapping, and you see City do it all the time. Raheem Sterling got a 30-goal season because he was there for the cutback.
Yeah.
And when we're actually in that position, it's the only one I've seen really getting in the right spot is Harry Maguire.
Yeah,
why is that, do you think?
That's to do with what we spoke about before the game and how compact you are as a team and as a unit. And especially if you're looking to play deeper as a team, then you expect that. But today we're clearly playing a lot higher, clearly playing more aggressively. Whether that's down simply to personnel or tactics, I think it's a bit of both. I think the front three we've got obviously are probably our best free pressing attackers.
Yeah.
But then as well, I think as a team, I think there's more of a gamble to push high up. Now, that then makes the difference as well in the way you attack, because you've got more people around the box once you win it.
Yeah.
You can cut the ball back and you've got men on the edge. And I think the reason we can't do it is when you look at Newcastle, you've got your wingers essentially playing as wing backs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're covering 40, 50 yards to get there and then cut it back. There's no time to make them combinations happen, and there is no space, but there's not enough sort of combinations in those spaces in the opposition's half. It's all detached, and we've seen that at Newcastle. Today, I think United are playing within close quarters a bit more. I think everyone's closer to each other, knocking it about a bit more, and I think that Man United need that. Just that feel of compactness in defence and in attack is needed, but once Chelsea get out of that initial press, the midfield's empty, because the one thing with Amrabat is he's sort of like an anchor in midfield, like someone who sets sort of the tone, gets the ball from the defence, tries to play. That's what we've seen at Fiorentina and for Morocco in the World Cup. But Man United aren't trying to really play that football. What's happening is we're playing this aggressive, today anyways, we're playing super aggressive high up, then the ball goes over, and essentially you almost need a Casemiro in that situation to just clean up.
Yeah.
So that's
where
Mane
could maybe do that role second half if we needed him. Just sort of slightly more defensive, shuttling about, not really getting involved sort of in attack as much, but being there for counter-attacks and stopping them breaking.
I said after Galatasaray to a few people I was chatting with, and I said that I think when I almost had a bad feeling about this game going wrong is the subs at 3-1, because what we needed was to keep Amrabat on and have Kobbie Mainoo with him. Yeah. Because obviously Scott does really well for the goal, but you're missing that control from deep in midfield. Yeah. You need to sometimes, I think it's happened in too many games under Erik where we just lose the game. Like if we go up here 3-1, I'm not confident in us seeing us out. No. Seeing us out the game. Like I don't think you guys will disagree either. I think we've seen it so many times. You know, Sevilla last season. Loads of examples of it, guys. Right, this season, like it feels like once Man United go up and they're in a good position, we don't get control of the game, and the control starts in midfield. It does. Like the other night, that's where today something needs to be recognised with when to use Kobbie, even if it means moving Bruno into the front three in a way, which he did a lot last season. Erik, when he was closing out games, is do you move Bruno, and if you want to keep Scott in that role, then do you bring Kobbie on, have Amrabat and Scott, and that's a solid midfield to see out a game, and then you push Bruno further up. Out wide. I think there's situations where you just need to be. I think Erik his in-game management needs to be a bit better. But again, we still need to get a lead. I'm confident with the way the likes of Garnacho are playing, to be fair, in this game. I think he's being a bit braver on the ball as well. It feels like even his decision making was a bit better today. I think, could that be the fact that Rashford's on the bench? He's like, oh, the manager really sees me as the one that's leading this role today. Yeah. So it's giving him an extra bit of a thing about his game. But yeah, Garnacho just feels like he's taking a bit more authority around on the ball, which is, even when he was scoring the goals against Galatasaray and Everton, I actually didn't think he had the best of games, but he had two fantastic goals.
I thought he's played better today than he did in those games.
Yeah, I agree. And the start of the Newcastle game, I thought he was quite lively, but then tailed off.
We've got a few super chats. Let me just get into a couple of these and we'll get your thoughts on that. Joshua Davis said, I've always respected Ten Hag for having the same rules for everyone, even for someone like Rashford, who was the best player last season. If you don't play well, then you don't play. Chest for life, as mentioned previously. Because someone said Chest for life instead of Chelsea for life. Oh yeah, could be code for Manchester for life.
Right. Yeah. Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Will Edmonton, I've already mentioned that one to you. Shane Gates said, midfield so open but refreshing to see selflessness out of the wider players. Yeah, I do think that Garnacho, and I know Anthony's not had a great game, but I think he's not had a bad game, I would say. I think he's looked okay and he's done some good things. Just a couple of times where he sort of let himself down, that shot that you mentioned before. He sort of passed it in the corner as though he was playing it from that kind of wide angle when actually he was straight on with the keeper and he needed to put a bit more power on it.
We've just got a bit of info here from Alexi who's at the game. He says Reguilon's warming up to come on.
Interesting. Who do you think that's going to be for?
I reckon that'll be for Lindelof.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust
that
Lindelof.
Shaw in the middle and then Reguilon left back.
This is the issue. You wait for Luke Shaw to come back and you've got to play him at centre back. And I get he's had good games at centre back, but it's quite frustrating because he doesn't trust Lindelof.
Is he right not to trust Lindelof?
Yes, he is.
Right.
I agree with that. I think I overheard you sort of when I was out there earlier and you said something about how fans can let go of moments where players might make a mistake or something, but when you get bullied, you don't forget that. And you know what's funny? On the way down to the derby, I was in a car with Omar and Zayan, who used to do fan cams on the channel stuff. And I remember saying to Omar, I said, you know what? The worst thing that we could do at the start of this game is get bullied, not win our second balls, and concede early doors. And it was the exact thing in that
so
FA Cup final
isn't it?
against City. And because Lindelof was the thing that was clicking in my mind. He has good periods. Last season, remember Brighton in the FA Cup semi-final, I thought he was probably our best player on the pitch.
Yeah.
He has good runs, and then he just, when you come up against a big striker or you got strikers having to run around him.
Well, imagine him playing against Drogba, by the way.
This is the thing, right? Nowadays, big strikers are rare. Most strikers ain't the big Alan Shearer or Didier Drogba or Erik.
I think he's taking him into areas as well that he doesn't want to be in.
He gets bullied off players that aren't even physically that big.
No, but it's because they take him into areas he doesn't want to be in. They'll pull him wide, they'll drag him wide. You look at Jackson in this game, they're the type of forwards that will cause him problems. And I think he doesn't give you that authority. He doesn't give you that feel of control in the back. And I think again, he has decent periods in the season where he's all right.
Do you know what it is as well, right? Sometimes, when we finish second under Ole, and people, I've done it myself. People go, well, Fred was part of a team that finished second, but somebody was part of a team that finished second. Lindelof was part of a team that finished second. Some of those players are the reason we didn't get first. Yeah. Some of those players are the reason we didn't win the title. Yeah. It's not they're all great players and they're all unlucky that they didn't win a title. Some of them aren't good enough to win
Bruno
a title.
had a season that was worthy of winning the Premier League title.
Of course he did.
And other players around him stopped that.
Yeah.
Well, I think...
Because I've heard the argument and I've done it myself. You go, well, he was part of a team that finished...
Was he one of the better players or was he one of the worst players?
Yeah. Well, what you've got to think as well is, I think one thing Ollie's done that Erik hasn't been good enough with, I look at it and it's getting the best... sort of covering up the weaknesses of the players, and I said this before. And I think with guys like Lindelof and Fred and so on, they just get absolutely exposed. Yeah. Fred's gone now, but even last season under Erik, he had a good patch of 2-3 months. But
that game where he came on as a sub against Tottenham and we're 2-0 up, was just... That was the moment I thought he's got to go. I know he has good performances.
I thought he should have stayed this season, personally.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I understand the argument, but for me, I just thought he's never going to be here when we win big trophies. Because if he's capable of doing that,
it's more on a Lindelof. You look at him, and even the rest of them, Bruno, Rashford,
Reece James on now.
Reece James on, wow.
Oh yeah, Reece James.
I don't get Kukurea playing at right back as well.
Reguilon's come on as well, so we've had some changes.
We'll see who that's for in just a second. I'm seeing Luke Shaw still, and I'm not seeing Victor Lindelof. So our prediction there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Lindelof
it's Lindelof
and Luke Shaw on.
And I presume I don't know who's come on for Reece James. We will find out.
One area we've got a target is
I can't see him.
I think one area we've got a target before I head off is I think Colwell, if he's still on at left back, because the amount of goals he's conceded sleeping in the back post, or he's struggled to really adjust to this left back role. So it'll be interesting if Rashford comes on the right, but this time try play him inside to hit the back post.
Sorry, Abdullah. Sorry. Thank you, bro. Can we have a bit of volume as well so we can try and work out what's...
Thank you very much, Abdullah. We'll speak to you at the...
Cheers, Abdullah.
As well. Second half kicks off. Chelsea on the ball. Bit of interplay from Chelsea. passing it around, holding the ball. I wonder if that's a tactical thing. You do see more half-time subs now than you used to, don't you? Now, in the sort of 5 sub era, it's not quite as rare to see a half-time sub. That used to be a bit of a show of disrespect, didn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas now, you kind of see it, don't you? Because there's 4 more to do as well. Chelsea, I think have held the balls all of the second half so far. But yeah, it's Lindelof off for Serge Reguilon. Luke Shaw into centre-back. Yeah, makes sense, I suppose. Not been at his best fit to Lindelof. Just keeping an eye on the Liverpool game as well. They're 1-0 up against Sheffield United going into the 91st minute now. A late goal would be fucking fantastic there, wouldn't it? 2-0 now, there you go. Liverpool just scored. It was a late goal, but not the one I wanted. I don't know how you're so far ahead when I'm watching it. But there you go. Doesn't seem to matter, I suppose. So Liverpool will win that one. Poor from Luke Shaw there. Come on, man. Yeah, Liverpool scored a second there. Who's that? Szoboszlai, 95th minute.
Fucking great.
Everyone gets a late fucking winner at the minute, don't they? You know, I was saying on the podcast the other day, and then Arsenal did it last night. James for Cucurella, yeah, that's what we thought. United literally not touched the ball second half yet. There you go, finally.
Yeah, Bruno. Heavy touch that, fam.
Yeah, it was. Come on, Dallo. Well done. Oh, we got a foul. I thought we got a bit lucky there.
I didn't even see that, but I'll take it. Oh, no.
Okay. That's too easy, that. Come on then, who's on him there? Keeper. No, it's not ready for the keeper, that one.
He had a good, decent game at St James Short until that misplaced pass for the goal.
He's on a booking, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just completely brainless.
It is. It could have easily been sent off for that.
Kicking it away again when you've already been booked for that is beyond dumb because that cost your team the game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. That would be game over if we were down to 10 men.
Probably your manager his job.
Yeah.
Like, if we're being honest.
Yeah, quite possibly. Corner to Chelsea.
Get rid of that.
Header one. Oh, it's poor.
He's absolutely shit the bed there.
He's shit. He stopped before the bed.
That is absolute sitter. What is going on here with Diogo Dalot? That's awful, that. You just stood next to him while he heads it.
He don't even...
What are you doing?
Again, we're playing on this. It's lucky Mudryk and Jackson can't finish.
Like, he's 4 yards out if that, and he heads it 10 yards over.
It's shit from Jackson.
Yeah.
But it's too... Dallow's barely even...
He just goes like that and then just watches him and then looks at the ref.
Can't believe how bad Jackson is. He might score the winner, but he doesn't change who he is as a player. You know what I mean? If that's Diego Costa or someone else for them, it's in the back of the net.
Like, if they had a Costa or someone like that playing for Mo Drogba, it'd be 4-1 now.
Yeah, it would.
This is arguably the weakest United v Chelsea game ever. When is it? When have we been? What are we? 6th and 10th at the minute? Is that where we are in the table?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, average position. It's got to be up there, hasn't it?
Even like last season, we were a lot better than this. I know they were terrible. I don't know. I might be wrong. It's debatable.
Well, I think we were 4th and they were about 14th, so maybe that drags it down. But
and there was a time when we had Van Gaal and they had Jose, I think, and they were about. Was it a thing he took over? I forget. I think Hiddink took over, but yeah, they were struggling again. But they were still the reigning champions. That's awful, but we'll take it. Go on, Garnacho. Oh, he's trying to get it on his right foot.
And again, pull it back. Corner to United. Yeah. They've just got some poor players, Chelsea. I think they've just misspent a lot of this money.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Like some of it's some will come good, but I think Disasi is shit.
Yeah.
Mudryk, Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't even seen Nkunku yet. I don't think he's fit tonight, is he?
No, I think he's better than some of the ones he's got.
So much money on so many average players. A lot of them can't even get in the squad. Go on then, press him. Hold on. Just let him. Just leave
Move
Jackson
out of his way, man. What are you doing? Oh, fucking hell.
Won the ball back and then just lost it instantly there.
To me, then, unless I'm getting it wrong, looked like Maguire just stood in front of McTominay's way. And as bad as Mudryk is, then he just carried the ball 50 yards and won him a corner. And that's just not good enough.
No. Second half is being played at about 2/3 the pace of the first half.
Yeah.
It feels like a different game almost.
We've not got going.
No.
Like, they've not been great, but they've had a couple of chances.
Yeah. We're just slow. Take your time. A lot of time there, bloody hell. Jogging out a bit here, aren't we, lads?
Don't want to go early, because obviously... Oh, there you go. That's the ball. That's always ahead of that. It's got to be a better cross there.
Yeah.
Just straight into Reece, basically straight into Reece James as the first man.
Yeah, it looks a bit slow. You're going to say I don't want to go too early.
I'm going too earlier, but like so many times when tonight the second half hasn't been as good as the first half. I'm not saying that's going to be the case here, but it worries me. It's a trait that worries me about him.
Yeah.
Come on, Shaw, man. Got to get your head up there. It was just hitting up.
Well done.
That's a good header, Maguire.
Yeah.
Go on.
Go back. That's all right. Fucking hell. Keep it.
He had to be strong there. Sofian, and he did, to be fair to him.
Bit nervy though, wasn't it? Hold on. Oh, shut up. Wasn't he who tripped over Anthony before?
There again on Anthony.
Yeah.
He's done it about 4 times, but
yeah.
the referee don't seem to want to know when it comes to booking him.
That's wank, man.
Right. The low here on the... No, it's Anthony on the right-hand side.
That's good.
McTominay. The low. Oh, he's trying to go for a spectacular one there. Well, it wasn't quite happening. Wasn't Goodison Park.
It's not bad play though there from United. It's good that we've had a free man at the back post a few times.
Yeah.
It's Bruno, it's been Garnacho a couple of times. It's good holding your space, holding your shape. That's actually good play, that.
Yeah.
And finding the man as well. If you can lay it at the feet of someone at the back post, near the corner of the 6-yard box, that's very dangerous. But then you've got to have a bit of better decision making than overhead kicks all the time. Not that he's done it all the time, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Go on, Sergio. Go on, lad.
Well done.
That's it, get in that box. Skin him.
It's it, there you go.
Yeah! Oh, not a million miles away there. Alejandro Garnacho cutting in on his right foot, edge of the ball, just inside the box. And it's about a yard wide.
He left him a lot of space there.
Didn't he?
He does well, he drives into the space well, but then Reece James.
Sean Dyche is there.
Next to Lex Luthor.
Absolutely loving it. Stifling a yawn, actually. Bloody hell. When the manager of Everton's bored, that's when you know you've got problems.
Yeah, when Sean Dyche thinks the football's shit, you know you've got problems. Jesus Christ. He goes, these like...
You know what? Fold the club.
Yeah.
We're done.
Everton are playing tiki-taka compared to this. You know, in all honesty, we've played a lot of good football tonight, but there's just been too much shit football as well. Too many little errors and slips and letting people in behind and not watching space. But largely on the ball, I think United have actually been quite good.
No, I know. You know, there was a time, right, when Raheem Sterling was getting all that grief and all the papers were digging him out about buying his mum a house, and you know, things like all the bling and all this, and digging him out because he went to Pound Shopper and all this other stuff, and it was obviously just targeted by the right-wing media, and I kind of felt for him a little bit, you know what I mean, and sort of it made me sort of defend him, but now I fucking hate him.
I thought that was going to have like a nice ending, like a nice sort of moral tale.
I honestly cannot stand the sight of him, and the fact he dives about and he moans all the time winds me right up. Brilliant. Honestly, he's just a horrible little person. I'm sorry. And the fact he's been at Liverpool and City doesn't do him any favours either.
I know, yeah. He's going for the old Robbie Fowler trifecta, isn't he?
Yeah, he just needs to move to Leeds.
Has anyone else done that? Milner?
Milner's done it.
He did all three. That is the... if you want United fans to not like you, play for City, Liverpool and Leeds.
Yeah, that's the one, innit?
Yeah.
Can't think of anyone else. There probably is someone else along the way that we're missing. Oh, you got to be careful there, lad. No. Do you know what? This is like... Watching this tonight, right? All I'm thinking about, and I know I shouldn't because we've got to get past this one yet, and if we lose, it's all sorts of trouble. Liverpool and Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, we're getting away with things here that Mo Salah or Harry Kane would have had about 8 goals by now if we'd have done what we're doing tonight.
That's a yellow card, ref. He's literally got his arms around Højlund like that.
That's terrible, that, by the referee. Like, to not book him there is shocking. That's a corner.
We need to step it up a little bit here.
Doing it all right. Come on, give me the ball. Let's go.
4 men in the box. Chelsea have got 8 men in the box, I think. I'm assuming it's going to go.
Come on, United.
I know, put it in anyway.
It's a poor corner, that. What are you meant to do with that, really? Like,
if he's receiving it to feet, sort of, you know, knee high at the near post.
Yeah.
Pull it back. It's nothing, is it? You need to. You can't just put it into the box 1 yard out because the keeper's going to get it.
No, that's
You need to pull it back there. You know where he wants to go. You got to get it.
Well done, Sergio.
Well done, lad.
Go on, Garnacho.
Yeah. He was so keen to go back. He went back into 2 Chelsea players there. Well done. Very slow from United, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like walking pace at the minute.
Even Garnacho there when he got the ball was
give
very
him a man.
slow.
Well done, Scott McTominay. He did all right there, Anthony. Just we're passing it to players, and then there's no run off the man. Like there, he passed it to Anthony, and Anthony was just by himself with 3 Chelsea players around him. And then McTominay finally got into a bit of space, and we found him. But it's a bit steady, isn't it? Maybe if we can turn that into holding possession a little bit, I wouldn't mind that. But you need to see runs off the ball. There's one. That's good. That's good. Right now, what? Hold on. Yeah, Bruno's on.
It's just that final ball. The build-up play then was all right.
Yeah.
Like, we worked an opening. It's just that final ball into the box has been poor.
Yeah. Rashford warming up. Staying
Still
warm,
got
maybe.
his coat on, I don't think there's any imminent... It's around that time, though, isn't it? 65 minutes that he sometimes makes a change. He makes a double change, doesn't he?
What do you think's in Rashford's head tonight, warming up side of the pitch? Do you think he's thinking, get me on there, I can change this? Or do you think...
I hope so. If he's not, then that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because if I was looking at this, some of the quality or the lack of quality in the Chelsea defence that we've seen, giving the ball away and just standing off the man, I'd be like, you know what, get me on that pitch. There's a goal here for me. I really would.
What happened there? It looked like it took 2 deflections with no one around it.
I don't know what's going on here.
It looked like it had more than 1 deflection. That was bizarre.
Let's have a look here. Anthony on the edge of the box.
Goes for a little outside the foot. It's a decent connection he gets on the first one, but then deflected wide.
I don't know where it was going.
Yeah, no, me neither.
It hit Chelsea defender.
Yeah, corner to Man United. Everyone packing the 6-yard box. Plays it short. Garnacho edge of the box. Back to Bruno. Whips it into the back post. Maguire's just got too many men around him. Luke Shaw. And ball!
Ball, referee!
They don't give anything now. I reckon the ref thinks that's a penalty. He went to blow the whistle, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's not giving that because he's going to let VAR do his fucking job for him instead. That looked like a penalty, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I think the ref thought it was as well, and he's not give it because he thinks VAR will sort him out if he's wrong. He'd rather let VAR.
It looked
like it. I thought
he's blowing for this now.
Yeah, me
and
too.
And then he just suddenly changed his mind. It's a poor ball, that Bruno.
It's just a waste of
awful.
Ball. It's because he's still thinking about the penalty, isn't it? It's not. Yeah. He's not really doing anything right there. He's going, well, Højlund's got 3 men round him, but I'll just chip it up into the box anyway. Right, let's stop. He thinks this is a penalty, the ref. Oh.
I don't know, I don't think it is.
I can't tell. Does it hit his stomach first?
I think it hits his stomach first, in which case it's not a penalty.
I don't know, though. He just about fucking catches it.
There it looks like a penalty. No, it's not.
Right. Maybe it's not a penalty, but his hand pretty much stops the ball getting in the back of the net there. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's lucky that's not a penalty. Because if his hand doesn't exist, we've probably scored there. I think
don't foul him.
They're fortunate there, Chelsea. Because whilst I probably agree it shouldn't have been given, his hands helped him out there,
yeah. Massively.
Yeah.
Massively. Hit that like button, please, people.
We've got over 1,000 likes, which is
and
great.
Also, we've got an event on the 28th of December.
Come on!
Me.
Dublin.
Joseph.
Yes.
Stephen.
Yes.
And Adam McCullough.
Yeah.
And Wes Brown, a bona fide Manchester United legend, a treble and a other Champions League winner as well. And he's won about 7 titles. He's won loads of titles, won the Champions League twice, done a lot, yeah. Absolute legend, the hardest man in all the town. He's going to be with us in Dublin on the 28th. There's a link in the description, a link in the chat as well. Come down, if you can get over to Dublin, support us. It'll be a top laugh. We'll meet you guys as well. We'll have a chat. It'll be mint. Get involved. Bloody hell, man. Somebody there with a header, by the way, from a corner. And Sanchez spills it, but there's no one there.
Yeah, make sure you come down to Dublin. I'm so excited. What we got about just under a month.
Yeah.
3.5 weeks.
So if you're like in Manchester, you think, you know what?
Yeah.
Sack it. Let's have a bit of that.
20th of December, that time between Christmas and New Year when you're not sure what to do. That is what you can do. Even if it's just a little prezi for one of your
little
Paddock
prezi.
loving
Yeah,
pals.
man.
Right, come on then now, United. I think we're going to see a bit of a change. We look a bit tired to me.
It's weird, isn't it? We've not really got going this second half. Don't know why, because Chelsea have given us some opportunities. Oh, big tackle there from Harry Maguire.
I thought he'd missed that. Great pass.
That's a great ball, by the way.
Not a bad touch.
Send him. Go on, Alejandro. Go on, Alejandro.
No,
it's too much on it, bro.
I know.
And you've got options there. That's a shot, basically, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's poor, that. Great pass from Reguilon. Lovely run.
Yeah.
Decent touch as well to take it into the space. He lays Garnacho off well. Does well, Anthony. He's not been great, but he's been all right today, Anthony, I thought. What's that?
I don't know what that is.
It's neither
a cross or a shot. It's just in between. He's
sort of thinking, I can't shoot because I'd look like a bit of a knob, but I sort of want to shoot. And he's just done neither. That's too easy.
Well done, Harry Maguire. This is more like it. Well done. Go on, counter.
2 of them from
Go on, Anthony.
About 30 seconds. That have
fucking skin him. Awful. Absolutely terrible.
Can you not see Caicedo's just stood there?
Yeah, we've got a no.
What? For what?
He's give that a foul against Bruno. It's bizarre,
that. Anthony passed that as though the Chelsea player just didn't exist.
Who's Anthony shouting at?
I don't know. What? You what? What's the foul there?
Intention to foul, but you didn't.
Someone stands near Cole Palmer so he gets a free kick. Imagine someone gave a penalty for that. If Chelsea won a penalty for that same foul. It just couldn't possibly happen, could it? That was ridiculous. Come on, he's shit. We can't be letting this happen here.
Well done, Sophie Amrabat.
Barely controlled it. He's spinning through 3 United players.
It's quite telling, isn't it? Look.
That's better.
Go on, that's a great turn, Garnacho.
Reece James has looked sluggish, to say the least, since he's come on.
Go on, get in that, but oh, no. Oh, fuck off.
Might be worth seeing a bit of Rashford, I think.
I'm thinking it's getting to that point where you think, how long are you going to give him? You know, you're going to give him 25 minutes.
And Garnacho's slowed down, and he's making the decisions of a tired lad at the minute.
Yeah.
Just taking a step too far, a little heavy touch here and there.
It's all right, Ferguson in the crowd. A Latoon as well, I can see.
Yes. Good eye.
That's a great header, that from Harry Maguire. Well done. Because he was going backwards and he's headed it with power to a United player.
Yeah. Bruno. That's okay. Right. What are you doing now if it's up to you? Rashford for Garnacho?
I'm tempted Rashford for Anthony. Moving Garnacho onto the right.
City have gone 1-0 down to Aston Villa.
City are weird without Rodri. It's like they're just not very good.
It's like good players are important.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like your key player is important to you.
Do you know when 2 of your best 3 players from last season in Casemiro and Martinez aren't fit?
Yeah.
You're not as good as when they are fit.
No.
But you're not allowed to say that.
No. But when City are missing De Bruyne and Rodri, and I know they're better, but it's relative, then it matters.
Yeah.
If City don't win, that's a bit of a run for them, though, isn't it?
Stinkers.
Is it 3 points from a possible 12, that'll be, I think?
If they lose, yeah.
Yeah, which is unheard of for them.
Yeah.
But I know there's a big if and they'll probably get 2 late goals.
Yeah, they probably
Right, one of yous.
Go out wide. That's good. Well done. I wasn't thinking that way.
Go on, Bruno.
Yeah, edge of the box.
He's there.
Find a pass.
He was there.
Just pass it to him.
Simple ball to Delo.
We set up these little structures and people stand in the right place, and then we just fucking don't pass to him.
Honestly. It was a 5-yard pass to Diogo Dalot. It was stood right in front of you, and you tried to do it on the outside of your right foot, and it's gone straight to a Chelsea player. Anthony.
Shite.
Anthony, over and wide. Fucking shocked. That's all he ever does.
Is that Fofana coming on?
Yeah, it is, I think. Is it?
I can't tell. He's bent over. Oh, no, it's not. Weird. Time.
Go on, Maguire. Our midfield talisman. Go on there, son. That's a great ball, that. Go on.
Right, now what?
Get your head up, son.
That's more like
it's a great ball. No spin! Yes! Yes!
Is it McTominay again? What the fuck? What's he doing?
Hey,
Jesus,
the goal machine is Scott McTominay with another one. I don't care who scores it, we'll take it, but fair play to him. Absolutely fair play to the kid.
My only concern is, was he offside at the back post there? I don't think he was, but it was on the line, wasn't it?
I didn't see it.
Well done.
Well
Great
done,
cross
Scott
as
McTominay.
well. And that's what we've been working.
How many goals is that for him now this season?
6 or 7? No, maybe
decent,
6. That's what we've been working all game. Like I said, space at the back post, overloads at the back post. Do you know why people like Diogo Jota and Sadio Mane?
No one
have
is
scored,
offside there. No one.
Have
and
scored
that is a great ball, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you. That is a fucking beautiful ball from Alejandro Garnacho. It's literally just get your head on that and we've scored.
Yeah.
And Scott McTominay, to be fair to him, he nicks it off Ireland, I think, there, to be honest.
But he's in the right place, isn't he?
No, fucking
just,
great
is it
ball,
a foul?
that.
I don't think it's a foul.
No, there's fuck all in that.
We can't see. But yeah, that's why people like Sadio Mane and Diogo Jota have got 30 career headers. Yeah. Because Liverpool have been chucking that overload back post, just sort of clip it into him.
Well, what are they checking here now?
Over again. What are we checking for? A foul? It's not a foul. It's not a foul. What is it? Sorry, is it offside or is it a foul? Can you lot hear what they're looking for? Okay, that's fair enough. Well, they're saying clear and obvious, so I'm guessing they mean foul. Because, up until recently, clear and obvious isn't in the lexicon for offside, is it? Because it's either on or off. He's not giving it. There's not a clear and obvious foul there. Goal. It's not even close to a foul.
He's just gone down to try and buy a foul. If he'd have actually stayed on his feet and done his job, then we wouldn't have scored. Yeah. Well done, Scott McTominay. 5 Premier League goals this season. That is a fucking good return, that.
Yeah. Well done, lad.
Decision goal. Decision. Why the fuck are we even looking at it?
That was stupid,
You silly bastards.
That surely they could look at the replay of that while they were celebrating.
You know,
the
if
goal.
I was in that Chelsea team, I'd be going mad at that kid who was on the floor because it's like his
If that's Lindelof, we are going
fall to the floor, and he's like that.
Yeah,
like no intention of defending.
No. Like I said, if that's Lindelof, we're saying another example of him being weak and all that. Yeah. It's just weak defending from their player there. He's got 2 minutes. Oh
my God, we'll have that
overlap. Brilliant.
Oh. What's that? Who was that then?
McTominay.
Oh, McTominay on a hat-trick.
Anthony did all right there.
Fucking hell. I'd be getting the T-shirts printed.
I don't know why he goes with his left foot. Shocking from Sanchez. Good ball in. Oh, he just opens his body too much.
Yeah, to be fair, it's the right idea.
Yeah.
You think it's there on your left, it's it, have a dig. Don't try and get it on your right.
I just don't want City being shit to open the door for Liverpool to win number 20. That's the worry, innit?
Yeah.
It's all well and good while it's Arsenal winning. But I wouldn't, even if it came down to Liverpool, Arsenal for the title, I wouldn't trust Arsenal to not bottle it.
No.
And we know, unfortunately, Liverpool have got a 90-plus point season in them. Go on.
Arsenal capable of doing something in the Champions League as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? It might be
what do you think,
a little distraction for them because they've never won it as well. If they get well, they're out of the group. I think they're out of the group already, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
If
you polled Arsenal fans, do you think they'd rather win the Champions League or the league this season?
I think the Champions League.
Do you?
I presume. I mean, I don't know, but I presume so because they've never won it, have they?
No.
Do you know what I mean? There's you might have Arsenal fans who are of a certain age who've not seen them win the title.
Yeah.
Because it's 20 years. But there's no Arsenal fan that's seen them win the Champions League. And also, Chelsea have won it a couple of times, haven't they? It's a thing where...
Come on then.
I don't know though, I mean...
Premier League after 20 years would be a good one as well,
wouldn't it? It would.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's a question mark, innit?
Yeah.
Whereas for Liverpool, it's that title, innit? I know they're not in the Champions League, but there's no question what their aim is.
Do you know what the fucking annoying thing is, right? This Chelsea team's actually shit.
Yeah.
It is. The chances they've had are where we've given them chances.
Go on, Garnacho's through one-on-one with the keeper.
Goal here, I think. Oh, fuck off.
You fucking bastard.
That would have been the game, that. Garnacho threw in a one-on-one after a mistake by a Chelsea player.
Reece James won it. Who's been awful since he came on.
What is going on?
I said it a few minutes ago.
Is he not fit or something?
No, that's why he won't play. He's never fit though, is he? He looks sluggish at best.
Yeah.
If it stays as it is, United finish the night 3 points behind City, but it could easily be 6.
Absolutely insane.
Let's not count our chickens, eh? City will be 6 points off top if they lose to Villa. And Villa are a very good side. Where's that game? Sorry, the Villa game. Oh, obviously it's not. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's obviously is. Yeah, we're Old Trafford, aren't we? Wonder when the last time.
I know the Etihad is empty, Joseph, but
they don't put that on the same night.
I think the council might have something to say about putting on the same night as ours.
I wonder when the last time that happened is. I bet it must have happened at some point originally.
What?
United and City playing on the same day.
They used to, people, you know what people used to do back in the day? Go to both.
Yeah.
People used to go to Main Road when City were at home.
Yeah.
And go to United. Go to Old Trafford when United were at home.
My dad actually once he because he lived in Nottingham, but he came up to watch United on the bus.
That's stupid. That Sergio Reguilon.
And I think they were playing Forest even. They came up to watch him, and by the time they got to Old Trafford, it had been snowed off.
Yeah.
But for some reason, City game was still on.
Right.
So they went to watch that. And it was like City Liverpool or something. Yeah, and just watched that instead because we're up here now. We might as well watch a game. So that must have been in the 60s or 70s. That was
my old man went to the 81 FA Cup final, City versus Spurs. They ended up going to a replay, but I think he went to the first one because he got offered a ticket.
Yeah.
So he went obviously 8 City. He wanted to win. He's buzzing. They lost the replay, but
oh, did they?
Yeah.
Is that? When's the last time Spurs won an FA Cup?
They won it in '91, I think.
Did they?
The one where against Nottingham Forest.
Forest used to win stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
They get to finals.
It's when Gaza did his cruciate, remember?
Oh, good defending.
I know you don't remember, but you remember seeing Gaza lost his head in that FA Cup final.
In that the one where people say he was never quite the same after that, the cruciate?
Because the first thing he did was like he did a chest high challenge on someone.
What, after he's done his knee?
No, before he did his knee. And he didn't get booked. I think if he got booked, he might calm down, but he didn't. Because it was like the first minute in the FA Cup final. Mudrik's gone off, and that's a bitter blow for Manchester United. Because I know he got an assist, but he's been fucking terrible. He's an handful, this kid.
He's good.
Broja. He was at Southampton on loan, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did his cruciate, speaking of, didn't he?
Did he?
I think so. He's just come back from that. Is that right? He had a knee injury, I think. Armando Broja.
He was at Southampton, and I remember, sorry to be that guy, but I had him in my fantasy team, and he got a few points at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He did his knee last year. But I think one of those players that everyone says in training is absolutely unreal.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm sure there's a lot of players like that. Go on, he's in there. Oh, played it a step or two too late there, didn't he?
Oh, he's lost it there. Garnacho, unlucky lad. Go on, Amrabat.
That's all right. He's in a corner there. Well done. Watermelon Man says, it's almost 3 a.m. in the morning here in India. Hats off to all the fans from India staying awake just to see your team win. I mean, you'd be lucky if we get a win, but yeah, absolutely, hats off. It must be shit that every time United play, or a lot of the time, it finishes at like midnight, 2 a.m.
Do you know when it's like pre-season, when it's on the tour and we're not there, and you're watching it and you're staying up? Yeah. I've done it a couple of times. I remember, like, I think it was when we played the Scousers, whatever. Yeah. And I think I was half asleep. And it was like our resis. It was under Jose where he was moaning that he had no players. Yeah. And I remember just nodding off and waking up and like I think the Scousers beat us.
He woke up and Jose had been sacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? And especially like you think all the Champions League games, 3 a.m. and you got work the next day. I
know. We met them lads, didn't we, in Australia? They were saying it's nothing worse than when you stay up, like get up in the middle of the night, watch United, and then if we lose, then you got to go to work.
Yeah, you got work 45 minutes after the full time, and you've slept for 90 minutes.
Sick. You'd be like, nah, I ain't going in.
Yeah.
I'm off with sulking. That's my sickness.
Macaulay sulking.
Yeah, nice.
What do you make of the remaining substitutions?
Let's not fuck about
dots at the top left.
Because he's on the booking already. What?
The remaining substitution dots on the graphic at the top left.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I wondered what it was and now you've explained it to me.
It's very American. They do the how many like timeouts you've got left and stuff in basketball.
He's just fallen over there. It's not a foul. I'm glad he's not giving it.
Reece James has had an absolute stinker since he came on.
So,
and Garnacho and Bruno love running into each other.
I know, they've done that twice now. Yeah. Go on, let's get a third.
Yeah, there's the pass, McTominay. Well done, lad. That's brilliant. Oh, what a save!
I think, yeah.
Has he not saved it?
I thought it was a miss. Is it a miss, that?
I think it is a miss, yeah. They don't like a corner. Oh, that's a bad miss then. I thought he'd saved it. He does miss it. Should hit the target there.
Yeah, a little bit more on that, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Because
he's had a couple of big chances, Garnacho, hasn't he?
But he has. He's been lively though. He's done.
No, he's had a good game, but it's just frustrating. You want to get that. You want to get the game out of sight. I don't think we're going to see Rashford, are we? 27 shots for United. That is good. That.
Do you know what? Right.
That's good.
I hope, in a way, we don't.
Bring Rashford on.
Yeah. I hope it is just like we see the game out. We don't need him to come on.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play. And maybe that'll do him a bit of good, just having a few games out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's only been one so far, but you get my point.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice from Anthony, that. Hold on, I'm back. Yeah, it's just the one sub so far for United, isn't it? Just Reguilon for Lindelof. We haven't made any others.
No, that's it.
That's lovely, that from Anthony. And not this is a pro-Shaw comment rather than an anti-Lindelof one. We've not seen quite the defensive openness in the second half, have we? First 10 minutes, United didn't look fantastic, but we've not seen this shot creation and chance creation from Chelsea since Shaw's moved to centre-back. Not at all. Who's that down there? Bruno holding his knee. He's rubbing it and looking at it.
We are going to see Marcus for the last 10 minutes.
Garnacho or Anthony, what are you saying?
I would have said Anthony, but Garnacho looks the more tired of the two.
Yeah.
So, either or. It's quite rare for Anthony to finish a game.
That's true.
Not saying it can't happen.
Do you know Martial's not finished a game for United in 3 years? He's not played a full 90. He's finished games, sorry. He's not played a full 90.
You know...
That's amazing, isn't it?
It is for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Right.
I hope they're in here. Raheem Sterling.
That's not a foul either. You can get up. What? That didn't seem like a foul to me. I don't see that again, but I don't feel like that was a foul.
Have they been booked? Any of them been booked yet? Any Chelsea players been booked? Any Chelsea players been booked? No.
No.
And how many United players? Is that 4?
4. I need to get another goal. I'm worried now. Yeah, I'm worried. I don't like this. A late goal will be so annoying. Second half, we've done a good job, like I said before, of stopping them creating almost anything, have we? They had a bit of ball first 10 minutes, but didn't do a lot with it. They've had 3 shots on target all game, and most of them were first half.
I don't want to look at my phone, actually. I was going to go on my phone for something, but I'm not, in case.
Infinity athlete. What are they doing here? Oh, fucking just
take the fucking free kick, you knobhead.
Good block. Oh, you can't come near. Yeah, all right, we'll take it then. Play him in. Oh, that's annoying.
You can fuck off. We want to make a substitution.
Yeah, cheers, ref. 11 for 10. That is Højlund for Rashford.
I feel for Højlund, you know. It's another game where he's not got a Premier League goal, where he's ran himself into the ground.
Yeah.
And he hasn't had a bad game.
No, he's been all right.
Rashford down the middle then.
Yeah.
Straight swapping it.
Mhm. Yeah, you're not sticking Anthony or Garnacho down the middle.
Can you?
No.
Right, Marcus.
Yeah, go on.
Get a goal.
Yeah.
End the game. Shut some critics up. And then run over to Ten Hag and kiss his beautiful bald head. Showed us loads of unity.
Hold on.
What are you doing,
yeah,
you?
Good. I like that from Amrabat. Because he just
don't
held
you know
on
what
to
you
his
did
neck
then?
a little bit there,
you
didn't
know
he?
what you were doing there. Come on.
Amrabat just gave him a little pat down the hill. Good lad. Our front three love scoring goals, don't they?
Yeah, a little handshake there from the 2 United lads. And what? Front 3 love scoring goals.
They fucking can't stop scoring in the league, our front 3.
They love it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Never seen it. I just spotted the little graphic on the side there, McTominay 2, and I just thought...
Right, let's do the maths now. How many goals is it we've got in the front 3 now?
Is it 4? It's 4 in it. We've got 3 against Everton, and then there was 1 before that.
Fucking hell.
I think it's Bruno. Rashford's got
2.
Martial's got 1.
And Garnacho's got, is it 2?
What? It's just the Everton one, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Sorry, yeah.
Because the other one was against Galatasaray.
Yeah, sorry, you're right.
Oh, that's a good ball, though.
Close him down.
Well recovered there, Reguilon. Oh, he's going to... Oh, my God. Enzo Fernandez should have done better there. Oh, lucky bastard.
Jesus Christ,
God.
who was that?
Colwell. Goal kick, well done.
I thought it was an own goal. It looked like it could have been an own goal at one point.
He just didn't get on it, does he? Oh, yeah, no one touched it, luckily. 10 minutes to go, you'd have thought. Something like that. Although there's not been many stoppages this half, has there, compared to last, but it'll still be 4 or 5. I just don't want to see us sit back. Oh, that's fucking
Why are you doing that? You've got a 1-goal lead in the 85th minute and you're kicking out on a goal kick, man. Come on. Beyond dumb.
Chelsea taking a long time with this throw-in to say they're a goal down.
I know, you'd be raging, wouldn't you, if you was a Chelsea fan?
Yeah. The player he threw it to was off the pitch when he threw it then. I've never seen that before.
Come on, man. This game's just gone a little bit.
Yeah.
Know, it's just like we've lost our way a
The
little
speed's gone
bit.
down, and if they're the ones who pick it up, we're going to struggle. Well done, lad. Let's try and keep the ball now.
Fair play at Scott McTominay, because me and you both said before the game, probably wouldn't have started him, probably would have had Kobe Mainoo in there. But 2 good goals. A better game as well.
Yeah. Just a better, higher line from United for large portions of this game.
And with goals in short supply, someone who's pops up with 5 Premier League goals this season, we can't ignore that.
No.
He's got to do more. He's got to do more.
Man of the match.
When he's got to play in the match, and I don't, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I think it's not always who scores.
Yeah, it's a low here. Oh.
But if you score twice in a 2-1 win, you probably deserve it.
Unless you, done some outrageous, you're not going to not get man of the match for that.
Come on, press him. Well done, Bruno.
That's a fucking great tackle, that, from Bruno Fernandes.
Well done, open your body. Good lad.
Go on, Scott, that's it. Drive.
Come on, Marcus. Shocking touch, that, Christ.
Man, he did the hard bit.
Yeah. Great tackle from Bruno.
That's great, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's so good at that,
Yeah.
Like, last 85th minute, 90th minute, whatever, late in the game, making them kind of challenges, them kind of tackles. And he's got such a good engine. Whether you criticise him or not, you can't deny the fact that the kid gives his all, and he gives his all for the full game.
Yeah, he does. Every time. Right. Chelsea are playing weirdly slowly, considering where they are. They look annoyed as well.
I don't know what's up with them, really, to be honest with you. They're just a weird team, aren't they, Chelsea?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good pass, though. Well, slightly easy for him, in all honesty, but... Come on now, regroup.
Come on, we need this fucking win.
Yeah, we do. Hold on.
Come on, you've got to be on your toes there.
Just sitting back a bit, United here. Chelsea managed to... Come on, Marcus. Hey.
You could just imagine him then, the stinker he's having, volleying that in the top bins.
Antonio Valencia sort of across the corner there.
Right.
It's not. It's a bad choice from him, that, innit?
Yeah.
That's a 1 in 100 goal there from that area. Harry Maguire with his shoe off again, like he was the other night.
Mate, he
remember everyone booing him.
He needs to learn how to shoe his laces, tie his shoelaces. Right, keep it in this time.
And win it. Hold on. Come on, second ball.
Villa City is 1-0 to Aston Villa.
Finished.
Do you know what? Seen a few people saying that today. They fancied Villa for it.
Yeah.
Because of no Rodri. I think Grealish was
where's
out.
Rodri, sorry? I don't know about this.
He's suspended. He got, I think, was it his 5th yellow or whatever.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Shit. Get up! Maguire's lost out there, and it's not a foul.
Oh, that's a good cross.
Such an unconventional save, but I'm not asked. He's kept it out.
I think he might have hit the bar.
2 balls on a pitch, referee!
Go on then, push for that. Foul him if you have to.
Come on, man. Fucking get involved.
Garnacho's knackered.
You can't have 2 balls on the pitch, you fucking idiot. Someone told him.
Right, good. They must know it's there now. No, surely someone spotted that. 4-minute stoppage time, by the way. City really struggle without Rodri, don't they? That hit the corner flag on its way out. Fucking hell. Get down in the corner. He's got him there too, is it?
Bruno well done.
Again. It's always Bruno there, isn't it? That's a booking.
Brilliant.
That's a yellow
Brilliant.
ref. That's a yellow card, ref.
Immune to giving them yellow
because
cards.
he's fucking annoyed that they're going to lose the match. He's not going for the ball. He's late and he's kicked him. That's a clear yellow card.
Johnny Evans is coming on.
Don't know if you were trying to get. I know that I'm not suggesting he's doing this, but watching this performance is making me think of it. If you were trying to do a bit of match fixing and like yellow card fixing and all that, going for the ref is by far the best way to do it. Because footballers are multi-millionaires. The amount of money they would have to make for it to be worth it for them is a lot more than a ref who can just give a yellow for whatever he wants. Isn't it? I mean, if you were going for it, the ref's the one you want to be paying off, not the players.
You've not seen that one in basketball? The ref in basketball who's doing it?
No.
Have you ever watched that Untold series on Netflix?
You've mentioned it to me before, actually.
He was like one of the main refs in basketball. And he was giving tips because he knew the other refs as well, and he knew like players they had issues with, and so he was. And then he at first he started I think he was giving them tips, and then he started doing things to influence the game. It was a big scandal.
And did he get caught, or was it?
Yeah, he got caught. He got grassed up. I think someone who was involved grassed him up, and then once they started monitoring his phone calls or whatever and what he was up to and his bank account. But like you say, he was making, I don't know, let's say a few $100,000 a month off it or whatever, which was far more than he was making as a ref. Well done, Bruno Fernandes. He's there again, that kid.
Yeah.
Right, Bruno Fernandes deserves a fucking medal. Yeah. He just won us a corner out of nothing.
He's been really good today, Bruno.
Just by chasing down a lost cause.
Yeah. And he chased down a lost cause on the halfway line, did really well. He's got that covered there, Onana. I think he's got that covered.
I thought he fisted it away.
Do you think he's got this covered? I think he has. He's watching it out, isn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't even think it's going to hit the post, I don't think.
No, it's a throw-in, sorry, not a corner.
But he won that other one in the corner just before, and he's won us a throw-in with a minute to go.
You nailed it before, like you saw about Bruno, and it's like, when we didn't win the title, it wasn't because of him.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the best seasons a Premier League midfielder's ever had.
That'll do. Don't rush. That's ours, isn't it?
I think it's ours.
Is he going to book him as well? Fuck off. I swear to... What's that 5 yellows we've had?
Yeah.
And it's not even been that type of game. And he's not booked one of them. Absolutely pathetic, Chris Kavanagh. Get up, man. You're not going to get anything off this ref. He's an absolute clown.
He needs to get up. Hold on. Go on then, ref. Blow up. That's 4 minutes done. Come on.
Blow the fucking whistle. Go on, Sergio. You know what to do, son. Well done.
Corner to Chelsea. Last kick of the game. For fuck's sake. Come on, just win one more. Harry Maguire's head. Harry Maguire, look at him. Free in the middle, look. Wherever this is going, it's yours. Oh, it's shite. Yes! Come on!
Big win.
Massive.
Much needed win. Big win. Well done, Manchester United. Well done, Erik Ten Hag. Got it absolutely spot on. And well done, Scott McTominay.
Yeah.
2 goals, 2 important goals. We're going to speak to Abdullah before we wrap up.
Yeah.
And then we will be doing the review. Are we going to speak to Abdullah? No?
If he gets in. Yeah, we will.
All right, sorry. Right, just quickly speak to Abdullah. Give us your thoughts on that, Abdullah. Manchester United getting over the line. Not a game that we're going to remember for forever, but an important win for Erik Ten Hag, especially with some of the games coming up. This is one we needed to get in the win column.
I think, obviously, the most important thing tonight is 3 points almost. The pressure's sort of getting on with Ten Hag, and obviously you just got to see it with all the press stuff, like not getting into the presser and things like that. That's when you really start feeling the pressure, when you've almost picked up arms to have that with the journalists and stuff. So and I think Ten Hag's obviously started feeling the pressure. The club have started feeling the pressure, and tonight was just about getting them 3 points against Scott McTominay. Like,
mad, isn't it?
Whatever you want to say
about, he's our best striker.
Yeah, whatever you want to say about the rest of his game, which I've been I've been getting into him about it, and I think you can't knock how good he is in the box. Like, we've seen it in that Brentford game. He's fantastic in and around the box.
Against Leeds a couple of seasons ago as well, looking like strikers, finishers, driving into the box, putting it in the bottom corner.
Yeah,
like, got 2 goals in that game.
He's comfortably one of the best finishers at the club, which is absolutely mental. And the way we are playing football right now, it just seems to work for that. Yeah. We remember when Fellaini was here, and I keep going back to that. It's sort of good and bad, because it's like you're reliant on your midfielder bursting into the box and scoring those goals. But what does it mean for you as a team? Yeah. Is that the only way you're currently scoring goals? Where's the forwards in that? You know, Højlund, Rashford, Garnacho obviously got the assist for that, which was a good ball. But Anthony, you know, even Bruno, usually at this stage of the season has a few more. So that's definitely a concern. If that's the only way Manchester United are finding goals through Scott McTominay, it's great for Scott, and it's good for us now.
It's good for the win tonight, though, isn't it? More importantly than anything, yeah.
We need that, and we need the forwards to get going as well. Yeah, but overall, happy we got the 3 points, considering how chaotic these Chelsea games have been this season. Yeah. And we deserved it, to be honest.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we'll get into the stats and the details in the post-match review, but I think United, with a deserved win there, 2-1. Full time. In other games, obviously, Aston Villa beating Man City at Villa Park as well, which is a massive win. Liverpool beating Sheffield United. They'll be absolutely licking their lips at looking at the top of the league now. But a good win for Manchester United, wasn't it?
It's a very good win for Manchester United, and it gives us that little bit of a boost. And it feels like a vindication for Erik Ten Hag. He's come out fighting this week, banning journalists. He's picked a team there that, you know, some people may question. He's dropped Marcus Rashford. Yep. He's stuck with Scott McTominay, when a few people, myself included, might have thought he'd have gone with Kobbie Mainoo. Yep. And he's been vindicated, because it's a win, and it's a win against the Chelsea side, who's obviously got issues, but are capable, as they've done recently, of getting results against the bigger teams. So what are we now? 3 points behind Manchester City.
Ridiculous.
The treble winners, the greatest club side of all time, supposedly, and we're 3 points behind him when our manager is dangling by a thread. So yeah, we'll take the wins. Well done. I'm not going to look for any negatives there. I'm not going to pretend it was the greatest performance, but let's just focus on the positives. I thought Erik Ten Hag got it right. Great to see Scott McTominay in the goals, but we'll get into it properly in a minute. So anyone who wants to join us for the live review, stick around. This stream will take you to the live review. Just going to go and have a little quick celebratory bar of chocolate.
Yeah, and good on you.
Well, not a bar, it's more like one of them
little miniature, yeah. Jay's going to have his little miniature, and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the full post-match review. The inside of a Cadbury's cream egg. Yeah, get that will be a schnozzer. Right, that's going to be all from us. Like I said, stick around. We'll be back for the full post-match review in just a few minutes. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1. Only 3 points behind Manchester City. Isn't it weird how a week can change things? See you in a bit.